of the highest law in the land, how the unchecked power of sheriffs threatens democracy. That came out a couple of years ago. And she's written a lot about sort of
in the hollow where the shadows fall, we gather round, we hear the call. Liquid fire from the mountain's hand burns like truth, but it tastes like sand. Oh, it sure feels right at the end of the day. Drink it up, let the story stay. The creek laughs low, the fire cracks loud. We lose ourselves in a moonlit crowd. The air so thick it hums and sings, a slow dance wrapped in unseen strings, clear as glass, but it bites like a snake, sharp and cold, every breath we take. Oh, the stars know our sins tonight. Sit that burn till the world spins right. The creek laughs low, the fire cracks loud. We lose ourselves in a moonlit crowd. Mountain whispers secrets deep, the kind you tell.
All right.
Hello.
Hello. Hello,
Do
my
that.
lovely
Laura?
yeah, we can go ahead and watch that. And then if you want to, right after we watch this, can we show that link that I was trying to show earlier, that segment of Mickey's body cam?
Yes, I've got it queued
Okay,
up.
Brandy should be back on by then. We're having a lot of technical difficulties tonight, y'all.
So, good evening. Hello. How are you? I'm still getting dressed. You don't mind
That's
me?
just fine. I'm just piddling around the house, trying to do a few chores while I feel like it. About
So,
to change my chickens' water and get them fed. So I will be along for the ride.
all right. So,
And hopefully our guests will still be able to join us. I haven't got a message from them, but I'm sure they'll pop up in a minute now.
yes,
Hope everybody's okay.
if you've been watching, you know that I've been an absolute dipshit and got the times wrong completely for poor smoker hunters. I've nagged her twice to where are you? And I got the wrong date and time. So
It's not your fault, though. You are literally in the future a day ahead of us. So
I know
it's hard to keep up with. Plus, you're trying to keep up with the West Coast time zone, too.
Yes. And I'm like,
I cannot do it.
And so I'm
you're
like,
doing great. Don't be down on yourself.
So I've done that to her twice, and now we've got the right time. I can't get hold of her. Hey, Simmy, how you going, sweetheart? And so then Tyre's ringing me this morning, and she's like, oh my God, we've got to do this. So today is going to be...
Me and Brandy stumbled up on something that we have been trying to find for months. So we got excited when Brandy found it.
Bit of a ride by the seat of your pants type of stream today, which is all good. So there is this woman that has contacted Taya. She's a journalist, and her name is Jessica Pinchot, is it? Or Pinchot?
Pinchot, I think. I haven't met with her yet.
No.
Just her email so far, but she sent me some credentials for me to look at, and I thought we could look at them together. Let's look at it as a community and check her out. She said she wrote a book about corruption. I can find that email.
She wants to cover the story, so we thought we'd check her out. What else? Oh, I didn't tell you, Taya.
She wrote a book about sheriffs and their lack of accountability. And she said that, yeah, she writes about police misconduct regularly. So we're going to check her out.
Absolutely. She can probably, she can probably do some research for us.
She might already have some under her belt, you know?
Yeah. Yep. So, what was I going to say? Oh, I've got someone else who's following and reporting on corruption in Letcher County, who's hopefully going to join us tomorrow as well. And because my biggest issue is trying to get hold of documents. So, and Lee's actually having quite a lot of trouble as well. They just, because of they've put in that citizen law that you have to be a citizen to gain records from Letcher County. They have knocked back his FOIA requests, and so he's appealing them. But apparently you can get around that by doing it, you know, applying as part of the media, which he's done. But
I'm a Kentucky resident. Can you send me what I need to file for, and I'll file it?
Yeah, but they won't let you. They won't give it.
I mean, they haven't been letting me anyway. That's what I'm saying. It's they come up with an excuse every time. For him, it's for your excuse. It's the excuse is you're not a resident. For him, oh well, you have to have these credentials. For me, it's just like, oh, it's all redacted. How the fuck is it redacted when I served out on the case?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Case is closed. Time is done. It's over. How is it redacted?
That citizen
from me, the person that happened to.
Yeah. It's in place because
there's always just, I don't think it even exists, to be honest. I really don't. I don't think that the paperwork even exists. And they're scrambling, trying to figure out how to cover their asses because they don't fucking have it. I've
got your case numbers. I just need to I need to try and get in there and find it somehow. But yeah, the citizen rule, that's how they've kept a lid on everything. You can't get it if you're not a citizen. You can't get the documentation. You can't get the evidence. So they keep it in-house. It's as I said, it's sewn up in a nice, neat little fucking bow. And no more fuckery, Kentucky. No. Oh.
No more Kentucky fuckery.
No more fuckery. What have I
in
written?
Kentucky.
Fuckery.
We're done with the fuckery.
So while we're waiting for Smoker Honest, we're going to watch this this interview with Jessica. Let's bring it to the stage.
Let's bring her up.
And then I've got something other. We're going to go back on to Mickey because we got some issues. We got some.
Oh yeah, we found some big tips. We think some things that might really matter.
Yeah. I meant to tell you. You know the Sheriff Corrin that's covering Mickey's case. How they applied to have him recused, and then they put the
judge. You mean Judge Corrin?
Yep. Then they put it back on him. The Supreme Court said, "Oh, it's up to him." He's decided.
He declined to recuse.
Correct. Yes.
Said that he can be fair and impartial.
Correct. That's the one. Yep.
All
right. So let me share this. Now we haven't seen this, so hopefully it's.
I'm getting my dowsing rods out. Let me go get settled while we do this.
And I'll continue getting dressed while we watch it, and then I can open my camera.
All right, sounds great. I'll be done with my chores by then too.
Nobody needs to see this shit. All right, let's do
Listen, I was just talking to a friend earlier, and she had said something that triggered a memory for me. My mama was dressing in front of the window one day, and I said, "Mama, there's people out there on the street. They're going to see you." She said, "Well, they ain't got to look."
Yep, let them look. They
don't have to look at it if they don't want to see it, she said. She said, "This is my house."
All right. So she's being interviewed, I think, by another journalist, I would assume. We'll find out. Let's see. Tell me if you can hear it.
Good afternoon. I'm Perry
Yep.
Bacon. I'm the host of the New Republics Right Now. I'm joined by Jessica Pishko. She's the author of a book called The Highest Law in the Land, How the Unchecked Power of Sheriffs Threatens Democracy. That came out a couple years ago. And she's written a lot about sort of law enforcement issues in the U.S., particularly how federal and local law enforcement work together. So I wanted to bring her on to talk about kind of ICE and what we're seeing in Minneapolis. There's a lot of discussion about kind of how ICE interacts with the National Guard, Customs and Border, and there's a lot of tension right now between the local police in Minneapolis and ICE based on the events of the last 2 weeks. So I wanted to ask her about those kinds of things. Jessica, welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Well, let me start with that. I think, we've heard a lot about ICE is not that new of an agency. I think it was created in 2002. Talk about the history we've had immigration reform enforcement in the country before. Talk about the idea of where kind of ICE came from, if you can.
Yes, of course. So, yes, as most people have pointed out, the Department of Homeland Security was formed in 2003, right, in response to 9/11. Which is why it has Homeland and Security right in the name. And what they did was the prior system had Border Patrol. So Border Patrol was always Border Patrol. We had a division called INS, and INS basically was more of an administrative office. They basically handled, you know, people checking in, processing people's claims, right? So, because immigration, I think that one of the things that is maybe not obvious to people is that people think, oh, immigration is like you wait in line and then you get a piece of paper and then you're got a green card and then you go and get citizenship, right? But instead, immigration is actually a big patchwork, right? Because you have people who seek asylum, you have people with protected status, so you have a variety of people. And so when they created ICE out of DHS, what they did was bring together two kind of different law enforcement agencies. Right, so the two parts of ICE, one is called HSI, Homeland Security Investigations, which used to work under the Department of Justice. And they are like detectives, is what they would say. So if you talk to an HSI agent, they would say they're more like the FBI. And actually, periodically through the years, they argue that they should be part of the FBI
Okay.
and not part of ICE because their mission is really about. They do quite a lot of work trafficking, drug trafficking, human trafficking. Also, actually, one of the things they do that you might see if you live in a city like New York is a counterfeit. So if someone's raiding a store, like a store on
Right.
Canal Street, that's usually
Is this the
HSI. They're raiding
Substack
like
link I sent
counterfeit.
you that she sent me?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Handbags or whatever. And they consider themselves like trade like agents, right? And that's sort of how they go about their business. Now, the other part of ICE is the ERO. So, right, and the ERO is the division that basically removes people, right? Their job is essentially enforcement and removal, which means their job is to go out and basically arrest people who are subject to removal. And that's their whole job. And so the two divisions are different all law enforcement is they argue, right? One of the things that is perennially true about law enforcement, just like every other profession, is different groups argue amongst themselves about who's the real cops and who's this and who's that, who should be doing this. There is like tension between the two sides. Like HSI does not always like working with ERO, and right now now it's all very confusing right now because the mandate is just arrest a lot of people, right? Everybody needs to be arrested.
Let me
And
slow
so
down and stop you. I want to come back to that.
yeah.
So talk about ICE from, let's say,
I agree
2003
with her
to
there.
2006.
Yeah.
A lot of people need to be arrested. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
16, which I'm guessing a lot of us did not think a lot about ICE. So what is ICE before Trump?
Yes. So before Trump, so one of the ways ICE works is they have regional offices. So, for example, here in North Carolina, right, we have like a North Carolina regional office, and most ICE operations will happen out of that regional office, right? So the ERO operations are kind of conducted locally. And the reason why they're conducted locally is because the main job of ERO is really to pick up people who have been arrested or who are detained in prison or county jails. That's always been their primary job. And if you look at prior administrations, even if you look at Biden's administration, this was primarily what ICE does. They get calls from local law enforcement who have people that they've arrested who they believe are deportable. And then they'll call ICE and say, hey, we have these people. We think they're deportable. Can you come pick them up? And that's just like the typical way it goes. You will see people will be in prison after they're released from prison. And this is like in every state. California, it's not like a red state, blue state thing. They will call ICE and say, we such and so is being released from prison. We think they're deportable. Will you come pick them up? And that's the biggest thing they do. Now, the two other things they do is sometimes they will have people with warrants that are deportable. So ICE might have, supposedly they'll get a warrant and say, this particular person we think is deportable. We want you to go get them because we think that they have like committed a serious crime. And so sometimes they'll set, it's like a targeted arrest. Then this third thing they do on occasion is what they call collateral arrests, right? Collateral arrests are basically you go to arrest an individual and there's like, this person has two friends there or two family members there that ICE believes are subject to deportation. And so they will just arrest them at the same time, right? And to say also, like, when ICE arrests you, they don't make the decision about whether you're deported. So you still have, right? An individual still has rights even after ICE arrests you. It's not just like, but it's similar to being arrested for, like, let's say they think you committed a robbery and they arrest you. They say, we think you're deportable. They will arrest you. They put you in detention. That's kind of the fourth thing ICE does is detention, right? They buy and rent detention facilities for people. But that person, you still have a right to see a judge. You have a right to ask for bail. You have a right to argue your case. So you could say, I'm not deportable for XYZ reasons, right? And so they are just basically, kind of a catch and release agency. Like they catch people, they put them in detention, and then judges decide, okay, this is what happens.
So did what ICE did change much in Trump 1? Was there a lot of, like, I don't recall, there was the abolish ICE thing started in Trump 1, but I don't remember them being deployed to cities like this. So what happened in Trump 1 involving ICE?
So the biggest thing that Trump did in Trump 1 was change the priorities. So one of the things about ICE and all law enforcement is that the bulk of how they operate is not law, but it's like priorities. It's policy. Right. And so what Trump did when he came into office was he changed the policy. The first policy he changed was the policy of collateral arrests. So under Obama tried to limit the collateral arrests of people who did not have criminal convictions. Right. That was in the US. I want to clarify too that like everyone that ICE decides may be arrestable, deportable, it's what they did after they got here. Right. Yeah. It is kind of a weird system. Like you're already here. Right. And then you maybe are accused of a crime and then they decide they might deport you. Right. So it's sort of a weird system. So he got rid of all these parties. They also had rules about like, you weren't supposed to be at courthouses. You're not supposed to be at houses of worship. You're not supposed to be at hospitals because under Obama, his kind of catchphrase was the felons, not families. Right. But you can sort of debate. I mean, sure. I have a lot to say about that, but ultimately what his goal was not to arrest. It's in essence, let's say someone had a family, right? You have an individual that's arrested. They have a wife and some kids. Maybe some of the kids are citizens. Maybe the wife is not. The Obama era policy was not to arrest the wife and kids as like collateral arrests, but just to arrest the individual that they thought had committed a crime. Right. And so that was like the biggest change under Trump 1. And I will say Tom Homan was there under Trump 1. Now, he has like a really rigid idea about who should be deported. I will say Tom Homan never got confirmed as head of ICE. Like they tried to make him head of ICE, but he was considered like too scandalous. Yes. And so they And so one of the reasons he never became head of ICE because they didn't, but his positions are like really extreme because we have exceptions for example, what exception is like someone receiving medical care in the US. So let's say you have cancer and you or your child is receiving like cancer treatment. The US has a policy of not deporting families who have like children getting medical treatment. But Tom Homan thought that would like would argue like no, we shouldn't make that exception. I mean,
Right.
now we see what we see, which is like obviously they don't make that exception anymore, but that has been sort of like the traditional policies.
And so that was Trump 1 was to change the enforcement policies basically, or to change the
Yes.
okay, yes. And so
But
yeah.
yeah, but they still didn't change that much about street arrests. Like they
Mhm.
still were mostly picking up people who were in jails, right? That was the bulk of their job. And to say also, like, the biggest complaint always for local law enforcement is that ICE doesn't pick up all the people that they get called about.
Yeah.
Like, it's totally like, they get, let's say you field calls. So let's say in a day they get like 20 calls. And they're like, hey, here's all these people you could pick up. Well, ICE will decide, like, hey, this person, this person, this person. Now, under Obama, they would prioritize people with like what they would call like serious convictions. So it's like basically if it's a felony,
I see.
punishable by over a year. That was the
Okay.
basic gist. Under Trump, they dropped that. So you could go get anyone. But like practically speaking, they just can't. Like their van, they only have yay number of vans and they can only drive so many miles. And so they have never, and they still actually don't. That's like one of the lies. They still are not picking up all the people they get called for, but
Okay.
that's like been their typical job.
So did Biden change what Trump's first term administration had done in any sort of real way?
He got rid of some of the collateral arrests, right? He reduced collateral arrests. He also I would say that was the bulk of it. He kind of returned to like the Obama era method.
Mhm.
Now, I do want to say, like, even under this regular regime, right? Like, there's sort of this idea that like there's all these people who committed serious crimes and they're all like wandering around,
Right.
like hanging out. Like, this is not true. It's just has never been true, and it's not true.
Yeah.
In the first instance, if you look at who is who ICE ERO arrests and puts into deportation, the bulk of them are frequently basically serial drivers under the influence. They're people with multiple DUIs. Now, again, not saying like a DUI is
That's not a
good.
good thing. Right.
Right. I'm just saying a person with multiple DUIs is not like a terrible,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
murderer.
Mhm. Yes.
So it's like this has always been the kind of people like people who have committed very serious crimes, right? Like serious assaults or sexual assaults or homicides. Like they are arrested and go to prison. So like everybody knows where they are because they usually will have a trial. They'll go to prison. Usually prosecutors.
I like how she says usually because that doesn't always
Yes.
happen. Yeah.
Right.
Mm.
Want that trial. Now they're not required. They were never required to do it. So, for example, you didn't have if let's say someone was accused of a serious assault, you could deport them before the
Okay.
criminal trial. But it happened less. It happened, but I would say now it's like obviously regular practice. Like they're just obviously going after anyone who may have been arrested for many different things.
So talk about ICE as of January 20th. What has changed? Because I feel like to me the biggest changes are these 3,000 a day, this quota, and the deployment to cities. But that's probably
Yeah.
but go talk about what ICE has done distinctly this last year and plus.
So, but what's kind of funny is like things are the same and different. So the in reality, like a lot of the ERO stuff, like the typical, I always call like the driving in vans and picking up people,
Yeah.
that's actually kind of the same. Like they are still doing that
Yeah.
on a regular basis. And it's a little bit funny because there's some states like Florida was upset because Florida as many people are aware, has been arresting a lot of immigrants. They have a lot of local law enforcement cooperation with ICE.
Right.
And Florida was frustrated because, like, Florida law enforcement was like, well, we're calling ICE to come get these people, and they're like not picking up. We have so many, and they're not picking them all up.
Okay.
What are we gonna do?
Right.
And that was how they opened that Everglades prison. They were like annoyed that ICE was, because if ICE doesn't pick someone up, you have to release them. I mean, you can't just hold people for like no reason, right? So some of ICR is doing the same. The biggest change that really Trump did this time was first move everyone who was doing anything else over to just arresting people who might be deportable, right? Like they moved all those HSI people who, like I said, and they do like trafficking, they like serious investigations, like C-scam, so like child pornography kind of stuff. So they moved everyone, and they also pulled a lot of people from federal agencies like the Bureau of Prisons and like the post office and, you know, all these federal agencies. They're like, we need all these guys in the street, and they sort of flooded them on the street.
Right.
The second difference was, instead of like targeted arrests, like they're supposed to have, you know, they would have like a dossier, like here's the person, here's his picture, here's where he works or where he lives. Instead of doing these targeted dossier arrests, they just started like driving around, and you could see what's happening. Like they're driving around picking up people, or they're knocking on a door where they heard like Trenda Aragua is, and then just arresting everyone. And so sometimes they are using warrants, like they are using, maybe some of them are old. Like one of the things it seems like they're doing is regurgitating old warrants. Like they'll be like, here's like 5 people we never got, like, or whatever.
Right.
So they're pulling some of that, but then they're also like arresting tons of collaterals. And that, I think, is the biggest thing we see, is just like that mass like arrest of people you would not, which is where you get like kids, you know, and grandmas and moms, like the kind of people that normally they would not arrest and put into detention.
Now, I perceive Chicago and Minneapolis as having more agents on the ground. Is that correct as well?
Yeah, I mean, normally ICE ERO does not just like walk around doing policing. Like they are normally, like I said, their typical job is like in a van. Like the van will come and pick people up, or they might like have a targeted operation to arrest someone. Usually what they would typically used to do is arrest them when they left the house for work. That was like a typical practice. So again, it's like a van. It's like so like guys in a van, surveillance, and arresting people. So no, they're not normally like a foot, like street patrol, traffic patrol. The other thing about ICE is like they're not really supposed to be doing traffic stops. They're not supposed to be doing policing.
Yes, that was policing. Right.
Now, there's long been an issue about how when it comes to collateral arrests and other things, I think there's a lot of it dance about like, is it racial profiling? Is it not racial profiling? Because there were rules that said, oh, well, you can't just like drive up to a house and arrest everyone who looks Latino or who speaks Spanish or something like that. It seemed like there was some, because like if you asked, they would say like, oh, well, it's like multi-factors, but the factors were like language. I mean, they were always like what language people speak, what they look like, their job. So I was kind of always like, I don't know, it kind of sounds like racial profiling to me.
Right.
But nevertheless, they were not supposed to be driving around and like pulling over people in their car.
Right. Okay, so this has changed a lot, and so they are being. I guess the other thing is like it appears the shooting on Saturday was done by someone in the Border Patrol, technically, right? So that is unusual in that I thought the idea was that ICE does immigration inside the country, and the Border Patrol Minnesota, I guess, is kind of on the border. But how did we end up with Border Patrol in Minnesota? They were in Chicago, which is definitely not on the
right.
So why is Border Patrol taking an unusual role, or is this something that's new as well, or not really?
So this is totally new. So yes, that's right. The intent was to be ICE was like policing the bad guys on the inside, right? And again, you could sort of see the relationship to like 9/11, because the complaint people had about 9/11 was that a lot of the people, some of the people involved have come legally. right? That they were legally here. And so ICE was formed apart because they were like, uh-oh, like we let these people like come legally and now they're, in our community legally. So that was always what ICE was. Now, Border Patrol was supposed to be, as you rightly point out, like at the border, both the U.S. Mexico and U.S. Canada border. They are more like, I mean, honestly, they're kind of more like a roving militia, and that's their style. Like, if you talk to people who has seen Border Patrol, like I have not seen them on the U.S. Canada border, but I've seen them on the U.S. Mexico border, and it's like desert. So they like drive their truck. I mean, they also crash their trucks to drive their trucks. They, have been sued many times for aggressive policing. There was a huge lawsuit because some Border Patrol agents shot a teenager on the Mexico side, like through the fence because he was throwing rocks at them.
Right.
So this is like that's kind of more their job is like a roving militia. There are other people who do the kind of paperwork, like, if you drive home from Mexico and you go through like a little checkpoint, sometimes there's some Border Patrol, especially if they think you're in trouble. But most of the time, the people doing like checking your passport, sometimes they're just like private security that are hired, and sometimes they're just like administrative agents. So Border Patrol is really kind of more the police. Now, Border Patrol is not supposed to be, as you point out, used in the interior. On the flip, so the zone, it's a little confusing because the zone has confused people. So the issue with the zone is that Border Patrol can do more. So people don't, and everyone, like citizens and non-citizens, have basically fewer rights in the border zone when Border Patrol is concerned. That is to say, Border Patrol can pull you over if they think you are, in essence, like harboring someone in your car. So this has actually happened to me. I was driving and they pulled me over because they thought that I was like picking up, because people will walk and then like a car will come and pick them up. So they thought, oh, you picked up migrants.
You were at where? What state were you in at the time?
I was in Arizona.
Okay, you were in a state that was on the border. It's
Yeah, it was a state that's on the border.
Yes.
And I was lost and I was driving suspiciously. So they pulled me over to like look to see if I had like basically migrants in my car.
Okay.
But they can do that, right? Like that's kind of a thing. You have like slightly less rights. And if you are a non-citizen, like Border Patrol can pretty much just take you into custody if they think you're a migrant who like walked across the border or whatever. And then the second thing they do is like they focus on like gotaways, as they call them, like people who run and stuff like that. So you have like different rights at the border. Now, Border Patrol, as a result, is not used to working in the interior where people, citizens and non-citizens, have more rights. So like you can't, in theory, stop a car just to like check out who's in the car. Like, who's in your car today? You can't just like stop a car. You're not supposed to like racially profile drivers. You're not supposed to stop people on the street and for no reason, right? We know that from police. You can't just stop anyone on the street and say like, who are you and what are you doing here? You have to have some sort of like suspicion that they're doing something or other, right? I mean, if anyone remembers New York stop and frisk policies, right? Like that was the kind of stuff that's like not supposed to
So is
happen.
Border Patrol in Minneapolis ostensibly because that's close to Canada? Why are they in Minneapolis and then why are they in Chicago?
I think honestly it has nothing to do with the border. Basically what they seem to have done is they made Greg Bovino like he has a new job that's like commander at ops. And so what I think they did is created this like, now they haven't been like totally transparent. So like that's why people are confused. They created basically like a roving Border Patrol unit that they are sending to different places. Some people might remember a raid in Kern County, California, before Trump took office. There was a huge raid of farm workers in Kern County at the end of 2024. And they went in and arrested dozens of people, dozens of farm workers. And it was very unusual. It was like a highly unusual thing for people to do. It was in the Central Valley. There was like no good reason to do it. That was Greg Bovino. And it was kind of Greg Bovino testing out like what he was going to do in Chicago and Minneapolis, right? Just sort of driving in, arresting a bunch of people, like sweeping them away. and then driving out, right? And that is kind of what his mission seems to be in Minneapolis. Like they drive in, they sweep up all the people, and they like the other thing about Border Patrol is they have a lot of equipment. Like so they dress like military, they dress in desert fatigues. They dress, they have the helmet with the camera, they have the like gear and the vest and the, like they wear that outfit.
So what's happening is they are doing these sweeps, and then in Minneapolis, people are protesting essentially, and that's creating these incidences, and that creates Saturday, right? It's like what we're seeing is they're over policing. There's protests of the policing, and then these clashes. Is that what's going on, pretty much?
Yes. And then that's where people are pointing out things like, for example, Border Patrol should not be like policing a protest. Like,
right.
And you'll see right now, like I see the administration today has been like, you could tell the noise they're making is like ICE is different from Border Patrol.
Yes.
Someone said Border Patrol was like, in a time story, was like a guerrilla. Because they're not, I mean, it is true. They're not trained to handle protests. They're not supposed to be in a city. They don't, in theory, they don't know all the legal rights. Like they're not trained to do that kind of work. And so that's why like the local police chiefs and people are really aggravated, right?
I see.
Plus they're like really aggressive. I mean, their demeanor is super aggressive. They seem to be
like, I'm drawing between the Border Patrol and ICE is something the Trump administration is drawing to. I'm not thrilled to hear that, but that it does feel like the Border Patrol person killing someone does seem slightly legally distinct, right? Or sort of operationally distinct.
That's what I think they're going to start to argue that like, it's like operationally distinct. Like that was Border Patrol because Border Patrol does bad policing.
Yes.
And they are, I mean,
right.
It is true. Like they are like rough. They're used to, they're not used to like this kind of stuff. And protests, like everyone knows if you've been in protests, like police don't like protests. Policing a protest can be very overly aggressive. Like this is sort of like a known issue is like policing a protest. And after 2020, a lot of agencies tried to train on like how to police protests. Again, I'll adding not necessarily that I agree with how they trained to do it, but like they did train people to do it. CBP is not trained to do that stuff, so it's just that's just not what they do.
So I didn't read all your writings about local police, but let's assume that they say something that you and I are skeptical of local police, skeptical of sheriff departments. But I think it's worth sort of putting that aside for a second and talking about like ICE specifically as an agency and what it does. Like, when we talk about abolishing ICE, like what does that entail in theory?
So I think that one of the things I do think people are doing, and I don't really think it's like bad, is like they're sort of putting all like immigration police under ICE. So they're sort of including like ICE and any federal agents doing immigration policing and Border Patrol. Like I do think people, when they say like get ICE out, they mean like all the immigration police. That's what they're talking about. And so, I mean, I think too, the thing is like abolish ICE is lots of people have pointed out would in theory not be that difficult because I mean they made it and so they can unmake it. And I've heard like some people talk about going back to like the INS system. Now I want to say it is not as if like they did not, I mean it's the same people, so it's not as if they didn't do basically the same thing. Like it's the same people doing the same thing. So I think that I can't speak to like what people mean or think. I think the hazard of abolish ICE, or the thing people should think about, is like if it's dissolved and reformed, sort of like we did with DHS, right? DHS was like resolved, right? They dissolved INS and they reformed it. But even when they reform it, like the truth of the matter is most of those same people are gonna work there. Like that's just like it is just like a fact. Like a lot of the people are still gonna work there. They're gonna have like the same manual. I mean, they might like edit the page, like they'll edit the heading to say like something else. Maybe they'll do some change up in hierarchy or whatever. But like it's gonna be kind of the same people doing pretty much like the same stuff because the bigger problem is I would say the bigger problem is kind of the way that this country has brought together like policing, so like the criminal system and the immigration system, such that And that started happening in like the 90s, right? This is like a drug war thing. That the way this country decides who ought to be deported, as I said, is like your conduct upon arrival in the US, right? I mean, you could see a world where you look at an individual before and you say like, oh, okay, like what were you doing before? And et cetera, right? Which we do that, like asylum seekers and such, especially from overseas, like they sort of vet that. But when people sort of come and then are like rendered deportable because they maybe committed a crime in the US, like that sort of becomes, I think, where we see this union. Like, and this is where like the racial profiling is hard to root out, right? Because you're more likely to be profiled and arrested for crimes, then you're more likely to be like charged with crimes and then deported. So it sort of is like this system, like all the way down, where we like the country sort of decided to put those two things together.
So so the change would not be to so you're saying getting rid of one agency called ICE and putting those people in different agencies without a thing they go to work at called ICE is not a solution because they're going to be doing the same things under a different name. So is
Yeah.
there a legal change? So what would be, so if we want to see fewer immigrants grabbed in ways we don't enjoy and then people protesting them killed for protesting, what would the sort of change look like?
I mean, it's difficult for me to answer because my overall answer is going to be a lot more like systemic
So guess
and
what I'm
hard.
asking though? Give the systemic answer. That's what I'm asking for. Yes.
So my genuine answer is like the
Yes.
whole, like we need to move away from looking at policing as a solution to solve problems. So like the first thing right away is like is quite frankly it's a defund strategy. It's fewer police. We should have fewer. We should not. Immigration detention, quite frankly, just shouldn't be a thing. We don't need to detain people because we think they may be deportable. That's like perfectly ridiculous. So they shouldn't be allowed to like buy these like geo group facilities and house, and they're terrible. They're terrible facilities, and that's how people like give up and just end up like going back. Right? They'll go to another country because it's like they don't like being in jail for obvious reasons. So like I think we need to like de-police, but like in particular for immigration's sake, to detach like this criminal, like the idea that people who are immigrants are like basically it's like you're a criminal until proven otherwise. Border Patrol, I see some like politicians saying, oh, put Border Patrol back on the border. Which is, but to say like what we see is what they
Miss
do on the
Jody,
border, like every single. So like the way they act is like
I
every
need you to check your messenger, please. You check your
Me?
messenger real quick.
Okay. Yep.
person like walking across the border is a bad guy, like is an enemy, whether they're like a woman or a kid or a family, right? Like they're bad guys.
Right.
And so we act like every single person who is coming here is like these, like they're bad people and we don't want them here, right? And I do think it calls into the question, like, what are we policing the border from? like if we're so aggressively policing the US-Mexico border, like what is the thing, what is the thing that we think we are preventing?
Okay, so we're okay. So I might agree with open borders. Let's come back a little bit. I think that's what we're going here. But let's assume that we have. But can we have a policy that says we want to restrict people at the border, but the people who are already in the country, we're not trying to punish them with this special agency? That would seem to me you could have. Is it logically coherent to have a border patrol, but not necessarily keeps two people from coming in the country, but doesn't really focus people already in the country, which is what ICE does. Is it logical to have border patrol but not ICE in a certain sense, or not? Or you wouldn't necessarily want to condone that? Yeah.
Like, and this is, I feel like people have different opinions on this. Like, I want to clarify. It's like, but in my opinion, no.
Okay.
Because what we're doing is criminalizing we're criminalizing immigrants either way. And so we're not, like the system just serves to sort of like, one way is it serves to make people's lives miserable enough that they decide not to come, or they go away, right? They go into hiding or they deport. And then the other way the system works, quite frankly, is just like it's really brutal. people who have experienced like the immigration system. The other thing is the immigration system is like, it's wildly, trying to think of the right word is, it is wildly unorganized and just like really hard to understand. Like if you have worked with people, like I used to do work like helping, we don't have it, I don't know what they're doing with that now, but you used to be like, if you were a abused spouse, you could apply for like a special kind of asylum. And so you could prove that you were being abused and that you needed legal residency because of that. This is like if you're a victim of a crime, right? You could apply for legal residency. It is really, really hard to do that. Like it is not easy. The time for waiting, I mean, one of the things they could do is just like honestly have more judges, because the timeline to wait for people to go before a judge and argue their case is so long, like 10 years. I mean, it's crazy. So you're waiting in limbo. That's why you have people waiting in limbo for like a decade. But what are they supposed to do? I mean, they go to work, they raise kids. They said like, you're going to live your life. So you have lots of people who live their lives in limbo because it takes so long. And because we don't have enough, like, quite frankly, enough judges to like process things and move them along.
So let me ask a question I guess I've been building toward for half an hour, but I guess ask it now. Okay, so you're not a politician, you're not a pollster, you're not a strategist. I get all that. There's a substantive policy here, but okay. So Congressman X, probably Democrat, comes up to you and says, "If I say abolish, that sounds radical. I can't say that, but I don't like what I'm seeing in Minneapolis or what I saw in Chicago. What are and this person says, I've done the reading and I've watched, so more training and body cameras and all that, and I've done enough reading to say the stuff that the reforms on policing we call for were pointless and stupid and haven't really done anything." Is there an agenda of ICE reforms or changes to ICE that actually would reduce the amount of incidents like what's happened in Minneapolis and Chicago? Something we can do that is short of abolish, but is actually not counterproductive or totally useless.
Yeah, I think actually, like the thing that I think wouldn't be obvious to people, honestly, is to get rid of detention, to get rid of immigration detention. So a lot of the reason why ICE and CBP feel motivated to go and arrest all these people is partially, well, one, I would say, roll back the Lake and Riley Act. So Congress earlier this year passed the Lake and Riley Act, which expands the number of people subject to mandatory detention. And so one of the reasons why they feel like they could just arrest all these people is because a lot of these people are now subject to mandatory detention. So we should not have mandatory detention. I don't think we should be detaining any of these people at all. Right. One of the things that is happening is that when these people are seeing a judge, a lot of judges are granting them bond. Like they're telling them, okay, go home.
I see.
And come back and we'll like, they're just like, you don't need like, right. You don't need to be in a jail. And then people are in jail, like across they're like in sub jail in Texas. Right. You don't have your stuff. You don't have your phone. You don't have a ride to the airport. So like all these nonprofits are helping people like get plane tickets and whatnot. I just think like if you got rid of detention, that would get rid of the incentives. And then I think honestly, the other thing
but if you're not detaining them, you're not okay, you're not detaining.
So there's incentives to detain them. Is that what she's saying?
I think so. I'm not sure.
They basically cast a net and just to start arresting everybody. Right. And then that criminalized them.
But see, like the thing with ICE is what people don't realize is they're not just arresting immigrants. They are out arresting active predators and murderers and child molesters. They're going after these people that our local jails let loose back on the streets on purpose. That's who they're arresting and going for. So I don't agree with that part about they shouldn't be detaining them. What's wrong with it? If you know you've not raped anybody or murdered anybody, you should not mind being detained long enough to let them look at your record.
But then,
you know what I mean?
Long enough.
I mean, if you ain't got nothing to worry about, if you ain't got 5 murders under your belt, then why the hell you care if they stop you and ask for your ID?
But what if they detained you for 5 months and you were innocent?
They do that to the American citizens every goddamn day here in Letcher County. All over the fucking place.
Absolutely.
We're all detained. Citizens are.
Yeah.
How long, like Michael Mays, we just covered his story the other day. How long he sat down there? And they had proof that he didn't do it.
Yep.
What's the difference? He's a white boy. They don't care about the white boys. Oh, it makes me mad.
And that's the point I'm making. Like,
Yeah,
that's why she's trying to get away from that, because
right.
that's what they're doing now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it is different, like down on the border where there are more people who live there. You know what I mean? I'm sure it's a lot different in different locations.
Oh,
But
absolutely. But
like
that's a
whenever
lot of
you look at these big roundups where they're busting all these child traffickers and saving hundreds and hundreds of children all across the country, that's us. That's who's doing that. Yeah,
Ah.
they're the boots on the ground for that. So
So
like I
they're the
support us
federal.
fully. Yeah.
They're the
Like I
federal,
might
are
not
they?
agree with everything they do, but they're the only ones out here trying to arrest a fucking rapist.
Yeah.
Nobody else cares about them.
I think
You know
what
what I mean?
the issue is that again, it's an abuse of power, perhaps, that they've got all this
Right.
power and no real structure to it. So they've
Right.
distributed, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're trying to now narrow it down and bottleneck it a bit. Just
Right.
yeah. I think that's what she's trying to get out.
Mhm.
You can still have the rest of the policies, not the detain part.
Right.
Because the
Yeah,
detain
like
part
it-
creates all the violence. Is that what you're getting at?
Well, it would immediately disincentivize so many arrests.
Oh, I see. Right.
Like, there's no point in you can't detain them. So, like, they would be
Right.
like, why are you like, why? What's the point of arresting those people? I mean, the other thing, quite frankly, is you just have to like cut back staff. Like the thing that no one ever wants to hear is like the real way to like reduce presence is you just like have to have fewer people.
This is
You just
the
have to-
fun, and this is the whole thing we've been talking about.
like you just have to,
In some ways, the policing conversation and the immigration conversation are related in your mind, the same conversation, probably.
yes, I would say they're very much the same conversation. Like honestly, you just have to fire people. I mean, we didn't get into it, but we could talk about like local collaboration, which is its own problem. But I would say also like because what we see in Florida, which is a lot of local collaboration, we just see like massive numbers of people getting like between mandatory detention, local collaboration, and like basically being as harsh as possible. We see lots of people getting detained. We don't even know where they are. Like we don't even know who's in these places. We don't know where people are going. So to me, that to me is point blank ridiculous. Like someone ends up on a plane to CCOT because why?
So
It's just like crazy making.
There's a lot of stuff out there, training and body cameras. Are those actively bad or just not helpful?
I don't think they're helpful. I mean, the thing about training is like two things. One is, well, okay, the real practical point about training is like everybody has training. Like you probably had training when you started at the New Republic.
Right.
That's like, you have like sexual harassment training, you have like DEI, everyone has training. But when you do the training and then go work, does anybody like follow that training they got? I mean, no. So when people are trained, I mean, one, there's a question about the quality of the training. But two, like when those guys go out in the field, I mean, you are going to do like let's say I'm border patrol. I'm going to do what gets me advanced. I'm going to do I'm going to do what's going to like make me a better patrol, and I want to like rise in my career, right? Like I want to go up and be like a lieutenant. So I'm going to do what my boss says to do, and I'm going to act like my boss acts because that's how I'm going to get promoted. So this is true with like all police. Like you could tell them like, no, you're not supposed to do this. But if your boss is like, this is what we do, you'll see in the TV show where they're like, this isn't like what they tell you in training. This is the real
right.
Right. They do like, this isn't like that. This is the real world.
This is the real world. Okay.
And that's how they do. So like, I'm like training, it's fine, but that doesn't change how they act. I do think one thing you could just do is fire, quite frankly, you could just fire people who are either committing crimes or who shoot people or who are like, if you have someone that you know committed a crime, I mean, they should just get fired. I don't know.
So you should definitely make sure the shootings we've seen that are investigated and those people are out of the ice. The people who've done the shooting should certainly be not walking around every day without any kind of prosecution. Obviously, that would be
I just think you should fire them if you know someone like some of these people with known, like we know, for example, that they're harassing women, detained. Like, just why are they like fire them? Why are they like if you were at your job and you were known for doing bad stuff, they would fire you. If they were like, oh man, he's told him not to do it, but he's doing it again, like you wouldn't have your job. That's how normal people jobs work, right? Like you can't mess up and keep your job.
All right, so let's stop there. Any closing thoughts about? Because I know you've written about sheriffs, and I didn't get into that as much, but I think we're in a sort of a law enforcement crisis, and I feel, and that's why I wanted to talk to you about this. Any sort of final thoughts?
I do think that one of the things that to think about as everyone moves forward is like the goal here seems to be to create sort of like a national police, which is not really something like we have had in this country. Like we don't have a national police, but that one of the goals appears to be to ensure that like every state and local agency complies with federal rules, right? So they want everyone to do what the federal agencies are doing.
They have
And
a
so,
national police, and then the local police sort of act as agents of the national police. Basically.
Right. Like that's what I think that's what I think Stephen Miller envisions in his head is like a giant police for everyone. And that for a long time we've let police, I mean, honestly, we've let police do whatever they want. Like they get to do what they want, they get the money they want, and that, you know, we see like we don't want to be ruled by police. People should not be afraid to go outside. They shouldn't be afraid to participate in a protest. You know, like people shouldn't be beaten up. I think we all agree like that we shouldn't have that, and we shouldn't have a policing system where they think that that's okay. Like it's not okay. The police law enforcement isn't better than the others. You know, they're not better than other people. They have to do what, you know, they should be obliged to have a similar rules and consequences as everybody else in every other job.
So in some ways, it's interesting you said it that way because we want to oppose. I think people can oppose a national police force. Oh, the trick is the things that they're doing. A lot of times, their local police does.
Yes.
So I guess it is bad that we don't want to have a national police sort of ideologically, particularly this version of it. But it does get this contradiction about it. The national police is just doing a extreme version of what the local police does. It's hard for like I saw a senator say something like we want to like divert funds from ICE to local police, and I have trouble getting on board with that.
Right. I don't think people should. I mean, if you like the point is to sort of like, again, we don't want police to be like a super class. Like they're not like the boss of everybody, right? Police aren't supposed to rule us all. And that I think is like sort of the world that like, I mean, I think it's sort of mostly Stephen Miller, but I think that's the world that like some of these people are envisioning. But also like a lot of like the Fraternal Order of Police. And these groups that have supported Trump, like that is what he promised them. And that is like a thing that I don't think people want. I don't think people want. Like people don't want a police state. That's not what, people don't want that. They want to be safe. They want to feel like, they could go outside and their kids can play outside and their kids can walk to school and you can drive to work. People want to feel safe in their neighborhood, but they don't want like a police state. That's not a thing that people like, right? They don't want, you can't get pulled out of your car and then like your kid is left in the car for whatever, waiting for you to come back. Like that's not what I don't think that's what people want. So I think it's a good opportunity.
Did I lose service? What's happening? Ooh, Amanda Evans says, let me see if I can pin this comment. Okay.
Shit, sorry, I was muted. I'm like,
It's
that
okay,
works.
it's fine. She's kind of losing me a little bit. Like I'm kind of following along, but I'm also like my brain is in 15 other places at the same time. But there's a lot happening. Listen, I got message back by one of the people that you had reached out to.
Me?
Yes, that has the podcast or the show. Let me see if I can find it. Give me a moment.
Is it Brett?
Yes. Yep. He wrote me back. And he said, I definitely want to find out more. I told him check out our playlist and stuff. And he said he absolutely will.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you reached out to him too, did you?
Let me see if we can get a hold of Nicole again too. Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, Sissy, you okay? I
Is
hope the
that
kids aren't sick or something. Says she was active 34 minutes ago, but
is Brandy okay? She coming back
yeah,
or
her phone's got fucking zapped. Every piece of technology in her house is dead.
really?
So, yeah, yeah. Remember that happened to me a few months
Oh,
ago, and I lost a phone and a laptop.
yep.
For the laptop didn't come on, I had to buy a new battery for it, and then that was the one that somebody had donated to us. A viewer had sent us a laptop, right? And we were so excited that we had, okay, now we've got good tech. We're going to be able to move good, right? And it
Yeah.
is a great computer. But somebody fucking zapped it and the other phone that was here at my house. They both went completely dead. The phone didn't come on for 2 whole weeks. It sat on charge for 2 whole weeks before it finally turned back on. And I had to buy a new battery for the computer, which I did. Now I just got to update the computer and stuff. And I need to sit down and do tech time, IT stuff. But yeah, so
Well, yeah, that's the issue we've had. Like we've been trying to find your um your criminal records and stuff, and we're having a lot of trouble getting to it. But on there, we actually saw that you are on like a government watch list. They've got
oh,
you,
I
got your
know.
address.
Hell, I've
You,
probably been on a government watch list since I was in the GATE program.
they've got you pinpointed. They know exactly where the fuck you are. They've got it on a map, like a pin drop map, your exact address, the whole lot.
You can see that?
Yep.
Can you show me that? That is
I
strangely creepy,
again.
cool, and comforting at the same fucking time. How is that?
Yeah. Amanda Evans.
I'm kind of conflicted about this information, Jody.
I know. Just
Okay, well, I mean, it's not like we haven't known that we've been on a government watch list for a long
but to
fucking
see
time.
it, yeah,
For many reasons, like
yeah,
I've been through some shit. I've seen some shit. I've seen a lot of fucking shit.
yeah.
Been part
Um,
of some shit. So, like, it don't surprise me that I'm on a watch list. But what's different is that back then, I would have been afraid that it was going to catch me up and get me in trouble for something, right? But now I
yeah.
know that I live my life right and I live by
Yep,
God
yep,
and nature and I am balanced and stable and let them watch because all it's going to do is expose the people coming after me.
exactly. But
You know what I mean? So I'm kind of grateful that they're watching. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like maybe there might be a few angels out there.
I just can't believe the actual level of um, infiltration that they can access. Like,
It's crazy, ain't it?
oh my
Fucking
lord!
technology that they even have blows
So
my mind.
it has to go so far up the chain that, like, just being backstage listening to what was happening backstage with Sabrina
Hmm.
and how they accessed not only her but her son as well, just to manipulate them
Right?
to like they got hold of her son's credit card and they just racked up Temu and Amazon charges just so that they could max out his credit card the day before the fucking trial, and he had no funds, no money. Like,
That's crazy.
yep, she'd gone through 3 bank accounts that week.
Well,
Just fucking it's shit.
you know what all that Brandy has been going through,
Yep.
like with her SSI, everything has been trouble. I ended up
Yep.
being able to come off of food stamps, thank God. Like things started getting a little bit better and I was able to come off of them. But for a few months there, like toward the end, I was stressed out because like I would recertify and then I would get a letter and say that all of a sudden I was not getting my stamps. And then I'll be like, okay, why? And they'd be like, you have to call in. I call in, they'll be like,
Why you call you? Oh, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Hello. You gone? Amanda Evans, can you? I've put my That's my email address. Can you send me a link to that that lady if you can find her? That would be fantastic. Because we're just trying to get as much evidence as we can on what's going on down there, because it goes all the way up. So the next one I've got here, we were talking about it this morning. I woke up to Tyra and Brandy going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So we're going to watch just a bit of the video when Mickey Stines turns himself in after allegedly unaliving Kevin Mullins. And he's sitting in the hallway. He's under arrest and he's waiting to see what's happening. And this is when he starts to get really, really paranoid and anxious and, you know, he's fidgety. He's watching everything around him. And this is what the defense is claiming is, you know, his state of paranoia and mental breakdown, insanity defense, okay? Now, the reason they are going, or one of the reasons I believe that they are going for the insanity defense is because that immediately, if that gets accepted, that immediately completely wipes the option of the death penalty, which, you know, I doubt that it would go through, but you just never know, because it is the, you know, the shooting of a judge. It's a federal offence. So, but that would immediately take that off the table and they wouldn't have to fight it. So that would then hopefully bring the trial a lot closer. But they've refused to release his assessment, his what do you call it? Psych assessment that was done when he arrived at Leslie County Jail. So I don't know what's happening with regards to that. But the latest motion that came out yesterday, oh, I can probably turn my camera on now. Oh, hello. There she is. I am here. I was just, that's better, getting organised before. So, oh, who's that? There she is.
There I am. Sorry.
Oh, good.
My hubby beeped in, and I hadn't talked to him since he got to work. So.
Oh, good, love. So, what was I saying?
It is so hot in this house. Sorry. Okay.
It's okay.
I don't know what's going on.
Can't remember what I was
My
saying.
computer-
All right, so yeah, this is the bit of the video just after. Now, if I can find what my copy of the video, and I think I've got it somewhere hidden on my Google Drive, but I've actually got the unredacted version of the video of the shooting. And I want you to just take note here. So Mickey is wearing a nice light white-coloured polo. Yeah?
Yeah.
And he has just he's just fired his service revolver 9 times at a judge. Yeah? And we've all, no doubt, if you're all a true crimer.
3 feet away from him. 4 feet away from him.
Near point blank range. We've all seen crime scene photos and shit before, yeah? Now, I want you to have a look and see.
I'm going to do
Have they
something.
done a gunshot residue on his hands? Have they swabbed his hands? Have they even put his hands into plastic bags, you know, to
Right. Did they test his hands for powder residue or anything? Like, even though it was on camera, like, is that not standard in a forensic investigation?
They still need to do that, yes.
That's what I thought.
But is there any blood on his shirt?
Not a drop that I can see.
No. So,
And look around his feet. There's no bloody footprints anywhere either.
yeah, just pay attention to that because there's some anomalies there, and it's not.
There are
It's not
definitely some anomalies, some discrepancies that do not make sense.
No. Whilst you're watching this, I'll try and find the
I mean, you don't have to be a physics major to know that something red and fluid soaks in to a fabric like a wick, you know?
Yeah. Well, you would at least see it too. I mean, Christ, I drop a drip of a coffee on my top and you can see it.
Right. So what is going on here?
Yeah, something's not right. And there is also, whilst you're watching this, he has just been arrested and is sitting there detained, awaiting transport. Okay, and they're discussing the transport, where he's going, and that's what makes him anxious. Okay, because he doesn't want to leave the building; he wants to stay there, like Ben did. He knows the county. He knows that they can put him in a private cell, and he'll be protected there. Yeah, but they want to take him to Leslie County, and so that's what sets him off. He's like, "Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! I'm in danger," because he's just been threatened already by Daniel Dotson just prior to the shooting. Okay, they lured him away into the bush with Michael Clark. Now, if you've just been arrested for the judge, and it's alleged that your daughter and wife's life have been threatened, what would you be asking the officers? Would you be talking about your wife and daughter?
That's what I thought, that one of his first things that he had said was, according to one of the depositions that I had looked at. But then going back and rewatching this, I found out differently. That is not what was the first thing said. Brandy kept saying it. Yeah.
Yes.
She kept
But
telling
one of those
us.
things that you don't notice, it just sort of, you don't take any notice of it because it doesn't mean anything, yeah? But it's got to mean something, because he mentions something here that is on his mind that's more important than unaliving a judge. Yeah?
So,
and this is what we need to find out. But have a listen. Have a listen. Ready and go.
okay. I'm going to send you a file too, Jody.
Once you're leaving this building.
Is that what you're worried about?
I want as many officers as you can get to take me somewhere.
Hang on.
Well,
Downstairs to the jail here.
We can make that.
No, downstairs to the jail here.
That's not your request. You can't make that request.
See that?
Because
We could go down the stairs.
It almost sounded like he was told he was going to be taken to the jail downstairs.
No, he wants to go down there, and the
I
officer
know.
says, no, you can't. That's not part of the.
But he's insisting on it, right?
Yeah.
So, like, did somebody tell him beforehand
Ah,
that he would be taken to the jail downstairs to the people he knows?
I think that's what he would have assumed, because that's what's happened to everyone else.
Right?
Yeah? He's been a sheriff a long time.
Right.
This is what happens. This is what happens to officials. Let's have a listen again.
Downstairs to the jail here.
We can make that. We can.
Downstairs to the jail here.
that's not your request. You can't make that request.
Yeah.
Because we're the sheriff of Letcher County, we would put you at risk by taking you down there.
So, the
He
sheriff
has got a total point there, though. He really does have a total fucking point, because most of the people down there has been arrested by Mickey.
Right.
That's valid. That's valid.
Okay, hang on. But who was the sheriff? Who was the deputy sheriff?
I have no
Ben
idea. No
Ben
clue.
Would
Ben was
been
a deputy during this time. He wasn't fired yet from the Sabrina shit.
just as much risk as Mickey down there, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I would think so too. Like whenever it happened, yeah,
And he didn't.
yeah,
He was
because he's the
trustee.
jailer. But then again, he's not the one that went out and arrested people, though.
Not
It's
even
different
before
for Mickey than it would have been for Ben, because Ben did not even have the right to go out and arrest people. He was just a cop inside the fucking courthouse in the jail. He wasn't like Mickey. He couldn't go out and take you in for having drugs on you or something. Not without another cop. Not without another cop with him. That's what I'm saying. Like, it didn't even fucking matter about his uniform.
Let me put
It's
that
not
another way.
like he was a deputy on the streets. You know what I
No.
mean? Like, he didn't go out and do that kind of work.
In saying that, that means he doesn't have as much pull as Mickey.
Right.
So surely Mickey could get something a little bit more cushy. He knows everyone there. He's worked alongside them.
I mean, yeah, you would think, but it's not about being cushy. What it is it comes down to the people that he's going to be incarcerated with.
Yeah.
The people he's going to be put into a cell with.
Yeah.
Those are the people. He has ruined lives by arresting people and taking them into that jail. He's taking people away from their children, away from their homes, to be beaten, to be murdered, to be abused, by arresting them and putting them in that jail. So by them taking him as a cop that did that arrested all these people and dropping him it's like dropping him into a fucking alligator pit.
So you don't think
Yes,
that
he's well respected here, even by criminals and people who have been arrested by him. But there are people who are going to fucking be like, no, this is the cop that ruined my fucking life. Fuck him. Let's stab him in the neck. You know?
Yeah.
That's a real risk. It's a real threat.
down there,
Yeah.
even with and everyone else?
I think, listen, that's whenever we go into the Brian Dameron shit. We've got a guest that's going to come on and tell what happened, her story with Brian Dameron. We've touched on him before, his interactions with Brandy when he stole her cable out of her house and tried to say it was stolen fucking power lines or something. That cop there was some issues whenever. So yeah, we need to take a dive into that, how they handled that. What jail did he go to? I think he got taken to Leslie County as well. And he was a cop on the streets that arrested people, just like Mickey.
Yeah.
But see, Ben was not. Ben was he just worked at the jail in the courthouse. He didn't have authority like that to run lives like on the streets. But he was taken. That's part of the point is that whenever he would go out and remove Sabrina from Stacy's house or go out to arrest Jen, he was stepping out of his bounds right then and there.
Yes. Yes.
He was stepping outside his authority right then and there.
Respect my
He did not have legal authority to be doing any of that shit.
And he and Mickey turned up to.
He's not a fucking cop. Yeah. But he was a jail guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a listen to this. So since Lee's come on board, he's done quite a few FOIA requests and he's looked into particularly Jen's case because that's how we found him. And he got back some stuff the other day. Now, you know how Ben in his deposition said that he and Mickey attended a 911 call to Jen's house as a suspected OD, and that she was supposedly lying in the middle of the road on her back and had OD'd on something. And they turned up and she was unpacking groceries. Oh, have I lost her? Unpacking groceries from her car. And in the deposition, Ben states that, you know, oh, hello? Hang on. Hello?
Because I needed to go. It's my fault. My bad. Let me turn my computer down. It's my fault.
I got echo. You have to log out the other one, though. Or mute it. What was I saying? What was I saying? Oh, yes. So they attended this apparent 911 call with Jennifer Hill, who's allegedly OD'd, and he's not even a police officer. But he and Mickey attend, and in his deposition, he states that there was EMS on site when they arrived. Well, since then, Lee has found out that there was no 911 call at all. No lodge, no phone call, nothing documented in the system. No, nothing. Because Jen was alleging that they were harassing her. And so they have reported that, you know, they attended after a 911 call, which is total fucking horseshit. Total horseshit. He has the logs. So there you go. Debunked. Right there. All right, so have a listen, keep listening to this, and I want you to see, he mentions this name, Alan Bormus. And I spelt that wrong. It's double L, and it's, I think, E-S. It's double A-L-L-E-N-B-U-R-M-E-S. He mentions this case, and I don't know why. We need to try and find out. I cannot find shit from here. It pisses me off, but yeah, I've got a few people on it. Let's have a listen.
They will put me in a single cell. I've seen it done with officials in the past before that's committed crimes. I can be in protective custody down there in a single cell out front.
You feel safe in the Letcher County Jail.
All right, let me go back because I missed it. Hang on.
Here.
We can make that. We can
Downstairs to the jail here.
That's not your request. You can't make that request. Because we're the sheriff of Letcher County, we would put you at risk by taking you down there.
They will put me in a single cell. I've seen it done with officials in the past before that's committed crimes. I can be in protective custody down there in a single cell out front.
You feel safe in the Letcher County.
Dickhead. I've recorded that and saved it as something different. It's not the bit that I wanted to watch. Hang on. God, I'm an idiot. Hang on. Let me bring it up. She's such a dipshit, Jody. Fuck me. Get your shit together. You just just an idiot. Let me go back to my history. I recorded that bit just to show that he was requesting the same thing as Ben, and I saved it as of something else, so don't worry.
I
Ignore
just added some stuff about forensic blood spatter to our private chat.
Okay, hang on 1 second.
Some information
I've got to find this.
when we get there. Because I definitely want to come back to that. I think this matters.
Absolutely. All right, let me find this. I got it.
Something's not fucking fitting.
Pause.
I mean, it does when you think about it the way I'm thinking about it. But I want other people to look at the facts and then decide for themselves what they think about it.
What, this bit?
About, all of it. What he says here.
Yeah.
And then about whenever we get around to the forensic stuff, the blood spatter and where is the blood.
Yeah.
But this bit too. It's at the timestamp is like 11 minutes, 30 seconds or so. The part that Brandy wants to share.
On this video?
Yeah.
All right.
It's like at 11 minutes and something. Go to 11 minutes and
It's the bit where he mentions the name first, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, the other case. He's trying to tell
Where
this
you gonna
cop
take
to
me
look at a
and
case.
who's going to take me?
Yeah.
I would take you.
We don't know that yet, but you have to leave this courthouse.
Mickey, I would take you. You know me. We've known each other our whole lives. You know I'm not going to do anything for you.
And you see, any blood spatter on that top? No? No,
Not a speck.
No.
Not a speck.
No.
It's white. He's wearing a cream color shirt.
If it comes to that and they want you to be transported, if they don't, for some reason somebody says you can't go down there, then I will take you. You know, you have known me my whole life.
You see that look on his face? It's like, you're full of fucking shit, mate. And
Right.
he's looking
Like, quit fucking gaslighting me. Yeah.
He's looking down each corridor. Who's that side? Who's that side? What's going on?
Okay.
Yep, he's clocking where everybody's at. Who is this? Who's that walking up? He's real nervous.
Because we're the sheriff of Letcher County, we would put you at risk by taking you down there.
They will put me in a single cell. I've seen it done with officials in the past before.
Right
that's
about that,
committed
isn't it?
crimes. I can be in protective custody down there in a single cell out front.
You feel safe in the Letcher County Jail.
If you feel safe in Letcher County Jail, I mean, we can talk to it.
Who's that guy on the left? You know that officer?
No, I don't know.
Everybody
That's fine. We're trying to keep your best
we was just worried about
I
you.
feel safe in population, but they would keep me in
Single.
single. I'll stay in single cell.
Well, you know,
forever.
if you feel safe there, then we'll try to make that happen. Okay.
Let me run that by your supervisor. And
Okay.
if that's, we're trying to protect your interest by not taking you down there.
Yeah.
But if that's something you're comfortable with, then we can look into it, okay?
Now that behavior is not psychotic. He's not having a psychotic episode. He's being very vigilant and observing exactly what's going on around him.
Very articulate, very
Yes.
clear-headed, very calm, nervous, but calm.
He might have a panic attack eventually, but right now that is not psychotic. He
No.
is just being very attentive on and observant as to what's
Okay,
going on.
I have my own ideas and theory about where this insanity part comes in anyway, and
Well, you know,
what that really means, because
trying-
experiencing the gang stalking and gaslighting and the fucking torture that this system will put you through to set you up.
No, that's not as detailed
I
as
could,
that.
like, he was already fucking there, you know what I mean? But by the time they had threatened him, threatened his family, fucking been hiding outside his house and doing all these things for God knows how long they've been doing this to him, leading up to this.
Uh-huh.
And then what about the whole fucking thing with the only 2 people on Meals on Wheels?
Yeah.
And everybody, his lodger said something happened when they went to deliver those 2 meals.
Oh, yes, it did. It's been
So we're
documented.
getting back into that too soon.
It's been documented. That
I
he
got
was-
some new fucking, some new links to make as we go.
Yeah.
We've
And
got a
yes-
lot to update.
Yes, Udahef, exactly how much trust he has in these officers. And I don't believe he's psychotic. They actually want to use the insanity defense because that completely, if that gets approved, it takes the death penalty off the table. That's why. Completely wipes it. So let's just have a listen a bit more.
Look here what he says. This is a fact. This happens every day in every jail, every
Yep.
prison, all across the world. This is a thing.
That
And it's not just with cops. Child
No.
molesters are in danger when they go in.
they put we know someone who was
I mean, look
incarcerated.
what happened to me. They sent me straight the fuck up to get beat by 3 people because of something that happened to me when I was 12 years old.
Yeah. So
It
we
happens
spoke
every
to
day.
someone
Yeah.
who was the victim of a rape, but was also incarcerated at the time. And then that person's rapist was put into jail. And where did they put that rapist? In her cell with her, just for shits and gigs. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. That's the shit they do.
Let's see.
I just hate to get in a vehicle with, where you going to take me to then? And who's going to take me?
Yeah.
I would take you.
We don't know that yet, but you have to leave this courthouse.
Who
Mickey,
is
I
it
would
that said
you.
I'll take
know
you?
me. We've known each other our whole lives. You know I'm not going to do anything to you.
Who I was with him? Is that Jason?
Body cam, is it?
I don't know.
This is the link that you shared with me.
I know. I don't know which one it is though. Let's keep watching. We'll figure it out in a minute.
It was the 11-minute mark that Brandon's
Yeah.
watched.
Let's just keep going. Okay. Then one of these officers is going to be Trotter.
Yeah.
It's when he starts speaking to Trotter. That's when we need to pay attention.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Good.
Been a long time since we boxed and stuff.
Long time.
Been a long time since we've boxed. So that's Trotter, yeah?
Yep.
He just
That's
said
him.
it's been a long time
Yeah.
since we've boxed.
That's they used to do that. They used to do like the fighting and yeah. The MMA stuff.
No, he was always a hostile.
That's not psychotic. That's not. He remembered something from the past. He's had a giggle about it.
Yep.
now-
He's trying to get him to come get grounded. Touch base with me. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who I am. You're safe. You're okay. Yeah.
That's
Remember
right.
our childhood memory? Yeah. He's trying to use some pop psychology on him there.
Yeah.
Think it worked a little bit. Look at him smile.
Yeah. All right. Let's see
He remembered who he is,
Yeah,
didn't he?
That's the good old days. I saw each other bigger than you. I wonder, but you beat the shit out of me.
I know.
No, he said that was the good old days. I never
Yeah.
got as big as you, because you would have beat the shit out of me.
Yeah, he was a hell of a fighter.
You used to lift all those big weights. I remember.
420 was my
I remember.
18 in high school.
I remember you was a monster. I never did get big like that though. I never packed on the muscle.
If I called you guys any embarrassment in the paper,
Did you see that? Did you see that? Look at that face. Yeah? So he pauses, he looks down.
Can you
Trotter
rewind
says-
it a smidge and show me again?
After Trotter says, I never did get as big as you, he leans forward, he looks down, he pauses, and this is the face that comes up. All right, I will go back.
Okay, I'm watching.
you beat the shit out of me.
I know.
You used to lift all those big weights. I remember.
420 was my
I remember.
18 in high school.
I remember you was a monster. I never did get big like that though. I never packed on the muscle.
Okay?
Is that like he's trying to put him at ease? Like, remember, you're strong, you're bigger than me. I ain't gonna hurt you.
He's trying to think, do I say something or do I not? I gotta
Yep.
make a choice.
He's trying to decide whether he can trust him or not. Right here. See that? You can see the weight on his shoulders. The truth pressing on him. He's trying to decide, is this person safe?
This is his opening. Now, what does he say?
If I called you guys any embarrassment in the paper,
If I've caused you any embarrassment in the papers, is the first thing out of his mouth.
Yep.
Yep.
He decided that I can trust him enough to at least test him.
Okay. Let's go back just a tad and watch it again. Listen to it through. I say something.
if I called you guys any embarrassment in the paper,
I caused you guys any embarrassment.
about
In the
that
paper.
fatal accident,
Which fatal?
That fatal accident. Let me go back.
Yep.
Actually, let me boost it. Clear that voice up a bit. Hang on. Let's see if that helps.
If I caused you any embarrassment in the paper about that fatal accident,
Which fatal?
the one that Alan was working,
I don't know what you're talking about. Who Alan Bormus was working at? I didn't even hear anything about it.
That tells
Alan
me
Thomas is
that
a
tells
victim.
me some things right there. Just him saying that back to him. He's like, it's almost like he's. Oh man.
I thought Alan Bormus was the victim. He's the copper who's investigating.
Yeah, it's a cop.
Okay, Alan
Works for the sheriff's department.
Bormus investigating a fatality. And this was in 22, wasn't it? Or 24, sorry. September 2024 that this video was done with Mickey.
Yeah.
Let me just go back a tiny bit. I want to see, because as soon as Trotter says, I don't know what you're talking about,
Oh,
Mickey
we're
goes,
going with
oh, fuck, I shouldn't have said anything. Yeah?
I'm gonna hush my mouth and push mute until we get through this. But I got
Alan
some
Bormus
ideas.
was working at?
What?
Just know I got some ideas at the end.
Yeah.
Sorry, my ADHD like pushes me to say what I notice when I notice
I know,
it.
me too.
So
And
sometimes it's like I'm interrupting and talking over people I don't mean to. That's just the way my brain reacts whenever I hear things. My body reacts like, oh, you need to talk this. You know what I mean? Like make sure they understand what you're seeing.
if I don't say it, yeah, I forget.
Yeah, say it now so it don't get lost. Type thing. Sorry, I'm on mute and let's get through it.
I didn't hear anything about it.
He's like, oh shit, should I have told him? Because he doesn't know anything about it. Let's watch it through again once more.
Okay, but is that a should I have told you or good I'm glad I told you since you don't know anything about it?
He doesn't know anything. What have I done? Have a look.
if I caused you any embarrassment in the paper about that fatal accident,
Which fatal?
the one that Alan was working,
I don't know what you're talking about. Who Alan Bormus was working at? I didn't even hear anything about it.
So, is there only one Alan on the police force? One? Only one? So Trotter can identify exactly who he's talking about but denies it? Or
I don't know. I've been trying to think what big fatal cases happened. What was a fatal accident in the paper in 2024?
yeah.
I know my friend Trina was in there. There was a fatal accident, a dog attack.
Yes.
Related to that, that's where I keep going back.
I think this is a car accident. I think. How long before this was Trina? Was she in 2024?
It was 2024, June 9th. It's the day her mom was notified.
I've embarrassed you. Can you search Divine Eagle for any Mickey Stines references to?
Yes, give me a moment.
Like any
Go ahead
quotes?
and play it, and I'm gonna do some searching and see if I can track down this article and figure out what he's talking about.
So what?
Because he says clearly that it's in the paper, right?
Yeah. Yeah. If I've caused you any embarrassment,
What's up, Trump said?
Mhm.
What's up, everybody?
What do you guys think? Do you think that he's worried now that he said something about this case, or do you think that he's got it off his chest? Let us know in the comments. I'll play it through once more.
I have my own idea about that. It's not either of those.
Go back. So this is the face where he's just, okay, I'm going to tell you something right now. Actually, I should just
Yeah. I think this was Mickey's test and trying to see if this was somebody he could trust to tell him what's really going on, what's really happening here.
And
compare this to that, or like, you know what I mean? Like, can I trust you to not hurt me and look into this?
yes,
That's what I think. I can't hold it back. I can't wait till the end. That's what I think happened right there. And I've watched it 15 times. So
Who that copper is at the right hand side?
my eyes suck. I can't tell. I don't recognize him off the bat though.
I'll just watch it. It's all right.
Which fatal?
The one that Alan was working.
I don't know what you're talking about. Who Alan Bormus was working at? I didn't hear anything about it. Yeah, I didn't.
Does not say it one more word and then starts looking back around him. I don't think he's very happy what he just said. Let me just go back and I didn't clip it all correctly. Hang on.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Good.
Been a long time since we boxed and stuff.
Long time.
Just a kid, man. You whoop our ass.
No, he was always a house cat, though.
That's the good old days. I saw my children are bigger than you. I wonder, but you beat the shit out of me.
I know.
You used to lift all those big weights. I remember.
420 was when I was
I remember.
18 in high school.
I remember you was a monster. I never did get big like that, though. I never packed on the muscle.
Now what?
If I caused you guys any embarrassment in the paper about that fatal accident,
Which fatal?
the one that Alan was working.
I don't know what you're talking about. Who Alan Bormus was working at? I didn't hear anything about it. Yeah, I didn't. Where was it at, Mickey? No, you're good.
I think I know what he's talking about, but
No,
I need to
you
do a
can
little
stay,
bit
you can go, whatever you
of
want to do,
research
don't matter.
before I can comment on
Yeah,
it.
I'm
And I
here
already
with
asked
him. So.
somebody. I already asked somebody about it, so I'm waiting for her to answer.
Yeah, I didn't hear about no fatal.
Ain't it green usually when it's recording?
Heck, I don't know. Maybe. No, it's recorded.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I'll ask. I don't wear mine often. We don't have to.
Okay, we'll get flames. We
All right. So the next thing he says is he's asked the officer, do you know about this case? The officer said no. He shut his mouth, even though he's been asked multiple times. Don't know about it. Where was it? He says nothing. The next thing he says is green on. So he is looking at his badge, his body cam, so he knows that it's recorded. Yeah? That is the first thing on his mind. He doesn't give a shit. He just wants to know that that's been fucking
Okay,
recorded.
listen, I found an article. I know what this is about, kinda. I don't know the details yet, but I know what fucking article he's talking about and what fatal accident he's talking about. And oh my God, my fucking mind is blown right now. My fucking mind is blown right now. And I have not even thought about this, but we have got people we need to contact and talk to immediately. And I will be doing that right now.
Have you got the link? Have you got, or is it something you can't go
Now,
live
give me a
with?
minute. Give me a minute. I'll send it to you, but I don't want to share it yet
Okay,
because we need to get through this first anyway.
Yep.
But, oh my God, yes. Yeah,
It's
this
all
is
right.
going to make some things fit in, I think. And I'm getting the history on it right now. I already contacted the family to ask. Yeah, it's in the works. Just give me time on that. I think I know what he's referring to. There was a car crash. It was a head-on collision. And a young girl, 25, died. And so, yeah, let's just make note of that and know that I'm working on this. And I will touch base as soon as I figure it out.
Okay.
But oh my goodness. Yeah, they said, oh man. Oh man. Let me message her mom.
That's awful. So what basically this came about this morning. I know Brandy messaged me last night on Messenger saying, just before I forget, Real Trump said, we just, at the very start of this, we a journalist has reached out to Tyre, who investigates corruption and stuff, and we were just showing a video of her being interviewed to show what she does, and just to vet her a little bit as well. So you didn't miss anything at the start, honest. You missed. It's only just now that we're watching this. It's the real bit that we wanted to get out. So yeah, I woke up to my phone going, get up. We got some shit.
We were excited. We've had a lot of revelations today.
So I know Brandy had sent me this clip last night, and I'd watched it and I'd read the transcript, but it meant nothing to me. Like, I don't know who these players are, and my eyes were hanging out of my head when I did watch it anyway, but so I didn't really take it in. And so watching it over and over and watching his reaction, yeah, something's going on. Something's going down.
Something's definitely going on.
There has to be.
And now here's another part. Oh my God. Jeez, oh Pete, I just found something else. Holy cannolis. All right. You remember the 2 women that was murdered on Ellen? And that arrest happened. They arrested the guy that they're charging with their murders, a mother and daughter.
No.
They arrested him in 2024 too. That's one of the fatal.
Who?
Mark Miles. He was arrested for the murders of them women. You know how we keep saying that there's somebody out there that's been making videos bragging about murdering this older lady and her daughter. He made videos bragging about it. The videos were taken and shown to our local, to the Commonwealth Attorney, Matt Butler, and everybody. And they did not even look into it. It was shown to Matt Easter, I reckon, the Attorney General's office, and they didn't even look into it. And they still have this other man charged with that murder sitting in jail right now.
So Mark Knowles, did I hear you say?
Miles. Yeah, Mark Miles. Hang on, let me get back to it.
Mark Miles. So is he the
MILF? It might be MILF. Hang on a minute. Let me scroll down. Mark Miles is how they have it listed here. MARKMILES.
Is he the alleged perpetrator or the person in jail?
They said that he's the one that killed Angela Roberts from Whitesburg. And then they also found her daughter dead not long after that. And his wife has been charged with tampering with evidence now.
Oh.
Mark Miles' wife has. And they have been saying that this man is not guilty for the longest, ever since it happened. Like, this is not who killed her. There is a video of the actual killer bragging about who killed them. Bragging about it. And they still got him in jail down there.
Mark Miles is the one in jail who's
so this could be the one that he's referring to. That's in the Mountain Eagle. It was a fatality in the Mountain Eagle.
Hang on. I need to clarify. So Mark is the one who's in jail, wrongfully accused of the death of Angela. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Now I got it. I get thrown names.
Yes. And then the other fatality, one of them was the car wreck of Desiree. Hang on. Desiree Shepherd, the 25-year-old girl from Neon. It was a crazy.
Is that in the paper too?
Yeah, that's in the paper too. Let me go back to my link here.
Yeah, if you can give
so
me the
then
link.
Here we've got another one, 2 killed in a Letcher County crash. I don't think that's it. That's Mountaintop Media, though. That's not the, he said in the paper. Usually when people around here refer to in the paper, they're saying, yeah, that's the Mark Miles case, I think is what he's referring to. The murders of Angela. Yeah, hang on a minute. I'll send you the link. It was all over the news. It's not just the Mountain Eagle.
Let me just put this
Let me share.
to the Google Drive.
It's not it.
Un momento, per favore.
Okay, let me go back.
Google Doc.
There was also another fatal crash.
That's much open, I think.
Terry Combs, line fork. 2 killed in electric crash. Where'd it go? Let's see. It's in the LEX 18 news. Just Google
Hang on.
man arrested 2024 Letcher County shooting.
Hang on. I'm just saving this. I'm just saving this to a doc. Hang on. I forget. Why is this taking so long? Stupid thing. Stop. Stop. I have to get out of that, I think. Stop sharing that. Oh, come
Now,
on.
Daisy's was in 20.
Why is my computer so fucking slow? What's going on? Thank you. Jesus.
It has been working. Okay.
All right. Now, what do I have
Just
to search?
noticed the date is off.
What do I have to search? Did you say? Do I search fatalities?
Yeah, no, you just search. Hang on. Let me go back to the headline.
Accidents.
Man arrested 2024. Here, let me see if I can just share the link. I'm going to do that.
Pretty.
It's in LEX 18 news on Mountaintop Media. It's everywhere.
18.
Man arrested in connection with 2024 Letcher County murder. And so that don't even mention her daughter in this article. It's just her. So that was before they even found her daughter. Oh my God. Yep.
Man arrested 2024.
Here, I got the link now.
25.
Copy. I'm going to put it in our chat.
Yeah. Oh. Girl. Letcher.
I can't even get it to switch to comments.
All right. Letcher.
Oh, good grief. Come on.
Mountaintop Daily. A Letcher County man. Maggott is now charged with 4 counts of sexual abuse as well as. Oh, no, that's not it. Fuck.
No. I sent it to you, or I put it in our chat.
Discussion.
Will it help if I put it in the notes, maybe, instead?
That thing you put in the chat, I've just saved, so you can delete that.
Okay.
The latter thing, so that can go. Oh, really? Ooh.
Yeah, there you go.
Possibly. Is this October?
May.
Hmm.
They arrested him in May of 2024.
The
shooting, Kevin shooting, all this happened in September of 2024.
Is it Dinah Blair Hollow Road?
Yep, that one.
Got it.
It was a mother and a daughter. See, at this point, at the time of that article, it was just the mother. They hadn't found the daughter yet.
Okay, let me share this. Oh, and then I'm going to have to get some painkillers because fuck me. Okay. So this is in this Kenzie Haggard, May 23rd, and it's in News Channel 11, WJHI.com. Okay, so why can't I make I really need to adjust the settings of this bloody thing. Man charged after March 2024 murder in Letcher County. Righto.
There we go. This is the article he was referring to, maybe. Let's look.
Okay.
Can we find out if that cop, if Alan Bormas was
Well, it'll be in here. No
working
doubt.
this case?
Yeah, let's have a read.
Let's have a look.
Can you read that?
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can find out.
Letcher County. Excuse me. A Whitesburg man was taken into custody on Thursday following a year-long murder investigation. According to the Kentucky State Police, on March 4th, 2024, officers responded to a 911 call of a female who had been found unresponsive on Dinah Blair Hollow Road in the Cowan community. Angela Roberts, not 59, was pronounced dead from an apparent gunshot wound. Oh, and there's a fatal crash as well. No. Investigation results were presented to a Letcher County grand jury. Well, of course, it's going to go through because, yeah. Excuse me. Screen. I got this. Tanya gave me this wicked new fucking. Well, it's TV, but I'm using it as a monitor. But the actual resolution on it makes it so big that I can't move. Like I've just got the tiniest little bit at the bottom to actually work with. I can't fucking see much at all. I don't know how to change it because I'm useless. How do I get rid of that fucking ad? Fuck off. I can't get up to top of
I don't know how to do it.
the screen because there's not enough room on the screen for me to get to the top bit for me to undo it. Yeah?
Would you like for me to just read the article?
Yes. So, yeah.
Okay.
Fucking hell.
Let's just read the article.
I can't.
Letcher County, Kentucky. A 65-year-old Whitesburg man has been arrested and charged with the murder in connection with a shooting death that occurred in 2024 in Letcher County. Mark Miles was taken into custody on Thursday after a Letcher County grand jury issued an indictment warrant. He is being held without bond at the Letcher County Jail. The arrest stems from the March 7th, 2024 death of 59-year-old Angela Roberts from Whitesburg, who was found unresponsive on Dinah Blair Hollow Road in Cowan. KSP says they responded to a 911 call at approximately 7:52 p.m. on the 7th, and upon arrival, troopers and medical personnel found Roberts dead. I don't know, lost my place. Found Roberts dead from an apparent gunshot wound. The Letcher County Coroner's Office pronounced Roberts dead at the scene, and her body was transported to the medical examiner's office in Frankfort for an autopsy. End of article.
I haven't got
So that
any
was
of
just the very first article. Let's just Google his name and see. Because I don't even know if they've even charged anybody with her daughter's murder. Did they charge him with her murder too?
Miles was charged with one count of murder as being held without
Just
bond
by that article, though, but that's more has happened since then.
as preferred source on Google. No.
Mother, daughter, murder.
There was no more on this. Anyway.
Whitesburg, Kentucky. Nope. Nothing.
Put in another search.
What the fuck?
What?
Are you serious? Mother, daughter, murder, Letcher County. This should not be a hard fucking thing to search, Bing.
No.
Fuck, man. What part of mother, daughter brings up sheriff's daughter? That's not what I Googled.
Mountaintop Media. Here we go. If anyone else can find any links to this,
Hell no. Why is this not showing up? This is pissing me the fuck off.
mine's really struggling to go through too. It's like
What
it's
the
dragging
fuck,
past.
man?
It's dragging. It's
Mother,
sweet past.
and daughter murdered Cowan, Letcher County. Come on now.
White wall of death. Oh, this site can't be reached.
Okay, and then here it just gave me some different names. That's not even the people that was murdered. What the fuck is this about? It said Debbie thought that's not what I'm looking for.
That's my results. Tell me that's not fucking. And I've still got the white wall of like the white circle of death.
Holy shit. What the fuck is going on?
All right, I'm going to get right out of that and start again. Refresh that page. The fuck. Let's search again, shall we? Oh, I might do it in my AI mode. Hang on. That's if my computer will take it, because it's struggling just with one at the moment. Fuck. That's not good.
What the hell, man? I was very specific with that search.
Yep. I copied and pasted the headline.
Wow. Angela Roberts. Let's put her name in. Now it comes up. On the evening of March 7th, 2024, KSP responded to Dinah Blair Hollow Road in the Cowan community after a 911 call. Unresponsive. Angela Roberts, 59, dead from a gunshot wound. Roberts was a daughter. That's her obituary. Arrests and charges. It says more than a year after her death. Sorry, I was reading. More than a year after her death, grand jury indicted Mark Miles on one count of murder. $1 million cash bond. And once again, they've been shown evidence of somebody confessing to this murder. And they disregarded it. The evidence is still out there. It's on social media. It's on Snapchat for everybody to fucking see if you can go find it. Okay, so here we go. Her daughter's name was Patricia or Trish Roberts. She was murdered by gunshot a year before, it says, in August of 2023. That's why it wasn't coming up. I guess the daughter was murdered first.
So is that Angela Roberts?
And it says a third woman was killed on the same road in 2021.
All right, so this happened in May 2022 and then the year prior. Is that right?
Yep, and then another one that in 2021 that her name's not listed, another woman was murdered on that
So
same
what the
road.
fuck is Mickey talking about it 4 months later?
Did they charge anybody with Angela's?
I don't know, but Mickey and the judge happened the end of September. That's over 4 months later.
Yeah.
Why is he talking about that?
So exactly. He's trying to tell him, look, this is the same fucking shit that's going on now with me that went on with them.
Do you know
Something
what?
is up.
I just had a thought.
Something is up.
That's his get out. That's his bargaining chip. He knows something's going on with that investigation. He's telling him, you fucking say anything, I know about it.
You think?
I fucking know. Yep.
Maybe. Let's watch the rest of that little interaction. And then can we go back and look at that gunshot video again? The blood splatter, and then go over what I put in the fucking notes there. I'd like to hear Kentucky State Police's story about a lot of shit, Trump.
Hang on.
KSP's got a lot to fucking answer for around here.
Yeah. Hang on. My monitor's about to fire off. Hang on. I've got this great big screen TV and I can't get the resolution right on it. And so the writing is like, it fills up the entire screen. And every hour the monitor turns off and I have to turn it back on again. I haven't worked out the settings yet. Come on.
It's okay.
Come on. Come to
No
Mama.
worries. You'll get there.
Come back. It's coming. It's firing up. Oh, fuck.
This house is fucking hot. I might need to turn the damn air on. I can't do that because I got baby chickens. Shit, it's hot in here, Jody. Menopause. Hey, have you seen them little videos where the girl's like she's a teacher, so she impersonates her kids, right? That she teaches, and they're talking about menopause, and this kid's like, my mommy says that she's got mingo pause, and she gets mad. She puts my daddy on pause. Mingo pause, and I'm like, yep. Hot flash hits, and it's like, shut the fuck up if you're male.
Did you
I
notice
can't
that, like that starts with a male thing? So it's men, oppose, men, straighten,
Yeah. Yes.
men, angitis. That means men inflame us.
Exactly. The patriarchy must come down.
Yeah. Okay. I'm putting it into
It's
my
time
paper.
for some women's health care. We need some health studies on women around here. For sure.
Yeah.
I think that the studies are already out there. We just don't have access to it. Like the whole shit with endometriosis and all these things that we struggle with. They tell us, oh, wait, it's all in your head. But then, your whole fucking body's dying. I think they already know the answers and they're just keeping it from us.
Yeah. Angela. It was Angela and Trisha, wasn't it? Mother and daughter, Angela.
Yes.
Angela
And Patricia Roberts. But now Patricia's married name, I think, was Deatherage.
That's right.
It might be listed as Deatherage.
I had to refresh the screen, so I have to do another search. It should come back up now. Right. Oh. See, it teases me, the bastard thing. It gives me do you want to check the criminal court records? And it won't let me get them. I can't get them. Arrest made in connection to that.
Hello, Stacey. Welcome. I was talking about you today. I told Brandy if I can get your wheelchair to my porch, I can get her walker to my porch.
Hello, Stacey.
Quit making excuses and come sit on the porch.
Got to whittle away.
Yes.
I'm
gonna get Dusto to put us a good ramp in or something.
Yeah, okay.
We're gonna have to because all my friends are sick.
Yeah. I'm gonna need one too when I come over eventually. All right. Oh.
I told Brandy my idea that we're bringing you over.
Yeah.
You're coming to the Northern Hemisphere.
I'm gonna have to do it in I reckon in 3 stints, just to fuck.
We'll space it out. We can figure it out and make sure that we get you the right kind of flight so that you'll be comfortable.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to do 3 legs, I think.
Yeah, some layovers. If you need to take a day or two at a motel or Airbnb or something, we can figure that out.
Yeah, just a couple of hours to stretch because I can't sit in the one position.
I know, like Brandy was saying, just getting in the car and driving from Somerset to here is so hard on her that she can't hardly even. Yeah, by the time they even get here, she's killed.
Yes.
So I can't even imagine what it's like by the time she gets home. Look here, Trump found it. Wife of man charged in Letcher County murder, indicted.
Have a look on the screen.
That's the one. And now his wife has been charged with tampering with evidence too.
Have a look on the screen. This is
that her, Angela?
58-year-old Angela of Whitesburg, and that's the man that's been charged. Is that?
Yes, that's correct. That's accurate. That's the one.
Arrest been made.
Okay. So the third woman that was killed on the holler, could that have been Lois Rogers Trent? Wasn't she from Cowan too?
Who are you asking me?
Yeah, anybody.
I don't know.
Maybe somebody in the comments knows.
No idea.
I'm going to search it and see what her death date and stuff was.
So she was found on Diana Blair Hollow Road in Cowan in Letcher County. She's suffering from a single gunshot wound. Where was that? Where was the wound?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it seems like I remember reading her. It says that her body was taken to the medical examiner's office in Frankfurt for an autopsy, so we might be able to find it.
Can anyone access the autopsy reports?
We might be able to get in touch with their family.
Oh, yes, you're
Possibly. I don't know. I can't make any promises,
Okay.
but I will try.
Yep. Sweet. Well, oh my God, I've just got ads. All ads after that.
Yeah, I did too. That's that website.
The fuck?
Okay. No, she was killed. It says in 2000, so she's been dead for a long time. That's not it. So let's look for murder. Murder. Fuck. Pardon my language. Y'all, I know I cuss like a damn sailor. I can't help it. I can't help it. I try to help it, but it just comes out. So forgive me. God forgives me. He created me the way I am. He loves me anyway.
Correct. He wouldn't have invented the word fuck if he didn't want you to say it.
Right.
That's what I say. All right, the Mountain Eagle. What have we got in here? $1 million for accused killer. Sam Adams. No relation.
Sam Adams is the one that wrote that fucking slander article about me. Try to make it look like I'm only out for money.
He's the main journalist for this.
Yeah, he's the main one that's conspiring with the others to smear my name and defame me and to try to discredit me.
Is he? Or is he just reporting?
That's who wrote the article and stuff. He's been working with them. Yeah. I'll show you the messages, what proves it. I've got proof that he's conspired with them to target me.
It's
proof. Yeah.
It's hidden behind a paywall. Why don't you read it?
Yeah, behind a paywall.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about the other day. The Mountain Eagle all of a sudden made everything behind a fucking paywall so nobody could go back and fucking check the work without paying for it. Remember whenever they wrote that smear article about me, and then they said that they redacted the part that Randy was a convicted sex offender.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean? They said they redacted it from the Mountain Eagle.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe. But they didn't redact it from the other newspapers or the Kentucky State Records. They didn't redact it from your victim's nightmares, bitch. You think she don't have fucking nightmares about that shit? I still have fucking nightmares about that shit.
All right, May 23rd. Taken into custody in connection with a murder investigation that began more than a year ago. Thursday, May 22nd, the results of the investigation were presented to a Letcher County grand jury, which led to the issuance of an indictment warrant. Of course it did. Mark Miles, 65 of Whitesburg, was located and arrested by troopers shortly after the indictment warrant was issued by Letcher Circuit Court. And who signed that, do you think? Cowan, Kentucky, on Thursday, March 7th at approximately 7:52, Kentucky State Police Post 13 hasn't received a 911 call in reference to a female being located unresponsive. Troopers, along with medical personnel, responded to the scene. Upon arrival, Angela Roberts, 59 of Whitesburg, was located deceased from an apparent gunshot wound. Yeah, but where was the gunshot wound? It makes a difference.
I don't know, but listen, what I just found out. Angela's the officer, the KSP officer, the detective that worked her case was Anthony Trotter.
Yep. So he fucking knew. He lied.
So he lied to Mickey there. And that's why Mickey shook his head. That makes sense. Mickey was like, dude, thought you said I could trust you.
I fucking told you.
That's what that look was. Thought you said I could trust you, motherfucker.
I told you. He was testing
That's it.
Yeah, I fucking know, mate. I've got this on you and I'm fucking on it. Yeah?
Good idea, Trump. Trump said check the Wayback Machine.
And you see that right there? It's in writing. Roberts was taken to the medical examiner's office in Frankfurt pending autopsy. This incident, remains under investigation by Detective Anthony Trotter. Yeah? Yep. And this was dated May 23rd. 4 months before that. He fucking knew.
He fucking knew.
He fucking knew.
Whenever Mickey was testing him there. Mickey was like, can I trust you about this?
Yeah. Watch his face.
Failed epically.
Watch his face. Oh, that's the wrong one.
And failed. Let's look at it.
Hang on.
Yeah, let's take a look. Y'all, I'm burning up. While you're looking for it, can I just plug my little local wine and spirits store? I make all these medicines. I'm an herbalist. So I make a lot of tinctures and things like that. So I do visit the liquor store quite often for Everclear and moonshine and vodka and different things to make medicines with. And this last time we found out that if you spend $100, they give you merch. So I got a whole t-shirt. I got a whole t-shirt, a nice one too. It's really soft and comfy, good quality, and it's got the print on the back. And I got a little cup koozie to go with it that matches. And it's honeycomb, wine, and spirits. So that's that's up here on Garner Mountain in Letcher County. Y'all check them out. They got a great little store.
Have you told Brandy what we just found out, or is she watching?
She might be watching. I don't know. Her phone might still be dead. I haven't looked.
Oh, she can't even
Let me
get
go
us on.
see.
Oh, so you can't message her either. Oh, no. She found this. She needs to know.
I know. Let's get her. Let me tell her real quick. Come on.
Now, we need to watch this knowing what we know now that the guy
I'm going to tell her
to
we found something. Come on.
the guy talking to Mickey knows
Go get
what
Pop's
he's
phone.
talking about.
And get in here. She
Yes,
might be
get them
asleep.
on the phone. Yes. Get Savannah's phone or something. Or Caleb's.
Yeah.
She needs to watch this.
All right, I told her. We'll see. I need to go to the local libraries. Go take a look at our Wayback Machine. That's a great idea.
Why?
That's a great idea. Trump said, here, real Trump said in the comments, said to check the Wayback Machine for some of the old stories that we're looking for that we can't access online anymore.
Oh, what? They're not
If I go to my
digitized?
local library, I should be able to pull these things for free off their Wayback Machine. They've been documented, and like all the newspaper articles, they put it in the machine and archive it. So I
they
should be
don't
able to go to
upload
my
it?
local library and access these things for free.
So they don't archive it online and
Well, I mean,
digitize
he
it?
does, but he put it behind a paywall so that you have to fucking pay him to see it.
Is it
And
must?
we just found out that they ain't above going in and redacting shit from their website.
Uh-huh.
Because that's what they did with Randy's case. They went in and redacted it after I pointed out, oh,
Uh-huh.
you got somebody, a fucking rapist, to fucking try to defame me. Great. Good on you, bro. Good on you. So they went in and redacted it. And then she bragged about it. She fucking bragged about it. That they redacted that. I bet they did, bitch. Bet they did.
Oh, Real Trump just said she'll pay for the subscription for the paywall. Oh,
That's
I don't even know
amazing. Thank you.
how much is it? Do you know, to subscribe to it?
I have no idea. Let me go look.
That's the library thing.
Let's go find out.
I
Well,
don't
pull
see
it
the
up.
point.
Can you pull it? Well, you already got that pulled up on the screen. Let me see.
Yeah,
Because I got my computer open. Let me see.
I don't even know what I'm looking for.
I'll find it. The Mountain Eagle. I don't think why are we paying them? No, fuck no. I'll go to the library. I'd rather put gas in the gas tank and go to the library and find it for free than to pay these motherfuckers for the redacted shit that they're fucking with anyway. They're in there taking shit out and pretending shit didn't happen. Even if we pay it, we're not going to get all the information.
Taya, she's talking about the subscription to the archives, not to the paper.
I know, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
The subscription to the website. They removed it from the website archives. They redacted it from their website. That's what I'm saying. Like, it ain't going to do no good to pay them for it because they already redacted it. And the dumb bitch got on fucking Facebook and said it publicly that they redacted it. So why are we going to pay them to see something that ain't there? No, we're going to go find an old article where it actually exists at our local libraries. Where it's scanned in and they can't redact it.
Yeah. You tell them. Oh, she's muted herself.
They fuck with my throat chakra, but they can't shut me up. Shut me up, bitch. Hit me in the mouth.
Oh, I love her. She's so passionate.
I mean, I'm for real, man. I've been going round and round in circles with these fucking people for decades.
Did you just go and buy the subscription, Real Trump said?
No, we can go back on the web. So looks like it. They might have. Now the Wayback Machine is different. Now that will have everything unredacted.
That's what she was
Like the
talking about.
original, how it was printed, it's scanned
Yes.
in and put in forever.
That's what she was
So
talking about.
yeah, that's great. But now if you go to the Mountain Eagle website, you're not gonna find what you're looking for because they done deleted it.
No,
That's what I was saying.
yeah,
Third time
no.
machine ain't gonna work. But yeah,
What
there
about
is
live?
other options.
Yeah. She was talking about the library. You just couldn't hear me. Nothing back from
Wonderful.
Brandy?
It's teacher time. No, I haven't heard from Brandy.
I'll play this now so that we can
I
watch
messaged her, but no answer yet.
it. Is Caleb or Savannah home that you can message them? Or even Sarah?
They're probably at work. I don't know where they're at. I haven't talked to Sarah in a few days.
All right, let's watch this, knowing that he's asked that question and the guy, the trooper that he's talking to, knows the fucking answer because he's investigating it, all right? Let's
Okay.
watch.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Good.
Been a long time since we boxed and stuff.
Long time.
Just a kid, man. He's whoop our ass.
That is
No, he was always a house cat, though.
That's the good old days. I saw my children bigger than you. I wonder, but you beat the shit out of me.
I know.
You used to lift all those big weights. I remember.
420 was when I
remember.
playing in high school.
I remember you was a monster. I never did get big like that, though. I never packed on the muscle.
Fight for it. Fight for it.
If I caused you guys any embarrassment in the paper about that fatal accident,
Which fatal?
the one that Alan was working,
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What does he
Alan
mean?
Bormas was-
Talking about
He doesn't say murder. He says fatal accident.
fatal accident. Yes.
Maybe it's not because Mark's think that was that a fatal accident? Did he accidentally shoot her? That's not what the article says in the paper. What fatal accident? And did Trina's even show up whenever I googled that? She was killed in 2024 too. Trina's Hamlin. The dog attack shit. They tried to blame it and say it was an accident.
I don't know.
I don't know.
No.
There's something else there. That's not. I mean, the Angela Roberts and stuff that's relevant to everything else that's going on and the corruption and everything, the cover-ups. But I don't think that's what he's talking about here.
Let's play. Let me have a listen again. Yep.
Working. I didn't hear anything about it.
It's very vague what he says, but he mentions Alan. So maybe we need to
Yeah,
search.
that's the name. We need to. Can we pull public records for that?
Yeah, but I can't. I can't do
I mean,
it here.
I can. You just tell me what to do, and I'll find somebody to do it. We got other team members that work in the silence.
Oh, yes.
In the background, we got other people that can help us. Yeah, you just tell me what to do.
My ability to research is crap from here.
My problem is that I don't know what to look for specifically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I can get like some specific instructions, then I will have it.
Well, the Kentucky, even just the Kentucky clerk records, like the clerk of courts, if you go onto Kentucky, hang on, I'll find it. I'm going to have to.
This is what grew my hair back, y'all. The seed and leaf tincture.
Do you want to do a little plug? Because I got to go to the toilet. You can have the stage left.
Okay.
Have a little merch and shit.
Yeah,
I'll be
this
back
is just.
inside.
All right, I'm taking my tinctures. I got my sassafras for my ADHD, kava for depression, and this is what grew my hair back. It's green tea and avocado seed. And I make the shine spray for it too. Whenever I straighten it and put it, like, wear it down, I'll spritz it with the shine spray. But this is what's helped me to refortify my root system and stuff and grow in my hairline again. I'll show some pictures on my Facebook about whenever all my hair started falling out from this autoimmune and shit. I guess that's what it was. I really don't even know. Probably the anemia. Probably a little bit of everything, right? I've been real fucking sick. I got a lot of rare disorders, and they all kind of cause hair loss at some point. So, but that seed and leaf tincture has grown it back. And if you want to order some, just message me on Facebook. We have started a new Facebook page, a new group, Apple Dream. We're going to be opening our own store with our own link and stuff later on. So, and I'm also taking the Bitter Moon Purge detox tincture, and it's made with clove and wormwood and black walnut. So I just take a couple of drops of these right in my little tincture jar. This has got a little bit of everything in it. It's got my kava and the nootropics, my brain mushroom dust mixed with I think, what did I make it with this time? Moonshine, I think is what I made it with this time. I just extracted it with alcohol, and then I just draw it up and put it all together and shoot her down. And that's my medication. This is my mental health medicine. I don't take pills anymore. I don't need antidepressants or mood stabilizers or any of that bullshit that poisons us. And yeah, that clover, wormwood, and black walnut is the real deal. It will purge. That's why we call it the bitter moon purge, but it's gentle. It's not gonna make your belly cramp or hurt you or anything like that. But if you've got parasites holding on, liver flukes, tapeworms, all that shit that gets all up in your gut and affects your mental health, that gut brain connection is more important than you realize. Your gut microbiome, you want to fix your mental health, fix your gut. And the bitter moon purge is a great first step with that. For real. So let's knock her back. And it tastes like licorice because there's so much sassafras in there. Everybody in my family loves sassafras. We do sassafras tea, sassafras tincture, sassafras extracts, and we pull it from the root bark because there are some issues with like the regular bark. For some people, it can cause some problems. So we always just use the root bark that's never been exposed. My husband just went and dug me up a big root and pulled it up out of the ground for me to go harvest to make some more with. So, yeah. And I usually take a dose of charcoal and zeolite pills with it. You can find those in our shop over on Witchsea. And that is the binder that I use with the clover and wormwood and black walnut, the bitter moon purge, because it will bind to the heavy metals and the toxins to keep them from making you sick again. Because you got to think, whenever if your body's full of parasites and toxins, you're full of all these heavy metals from our foods, from the shit they're spraying in the air, from all these environmental things that we've got going on, right? We're being attacked daily, all day long by our environment. So what this does is when you take that bitter moon purge, it kills all those things. It kills the entire life cycle of the parasite. When that happens, you're going to have some die-off symptoms. You can have some candida rash, some issues with your gut. You might get sick. There might be a little bit of nausea. But to prevent that, that's why we take the binders, because that is from when all those things die inside you, it releases their toxins into your system. Right? So you've got all these beings in your body. You kill them. Now you got their dead bodies inside your body. The zeolite and the charcoal helps to bind that together and help you pass it out without any problems. Oh, I love kava for my depression, and I do use kratom too. Something interesting about kratom is that it's very similar to Suboxone, but in plant form. Did you know it's an agonist and an antagonist? So, like with the same concept as Suboxone, you've got your opiate and then you've got your opiate blocker, right? They work together in the brain to fill your opiate receptors, but then block out anything else that any other opiates, right? It fills up those receptors so that you don't crave, so you don't want more. Kratom can work the same way if it's used properly. You take big heavy doses, it can make you sick, make you feel not so good. There's a lot of side effects, a lot of issues that can come with it. But if you keep your dose small, and I like the ones in the capsules, that's a perfect dose for me. One little dose is enough, and that prevents any kind of opiate cravings or anything that I have, and it helps to control the pain for the most part of the day, up until it's time to take the tinctures at night. So it's wonderful. I don't think a lot of people realize it's a natural opiate.
What are we talking about? I heard
We're talking about kratom, plant medicine.
Kratom. Where do I get it?
Yes. You can order it here. You can buy it at the gas station. But I don't know
What's the
about
gas
where you're at.
What's the
It
gas
is
station?
a plant, but it's a natural opiate in its natural form. But it also has a natural antagonist that comes along with it in its natural form. So it works a lot like Suboxone if you're dealing with addiction.
Oh,
So here's something, a natural thing if you're dealing with withdrawal. You want to come off your Suboxone. You want to come off the heroin. You want to come off the pain pills, but you dread the withdrawals, right? Being dope sick fucking sucks. There's nothing so bad as being dope sick sometimes, right? So that's a scary fucking thought for somebody who's addicted to opiates. Akanama seeds are a great way to temper your body off the opiate while filling your opiate receptors and keeping you from being sick and withdrawing. It breaks the cycle. And then kratom helps, can help you with maintenance treatment because as where it has that antagonist in it, that's a natural opiate blocker.
Yep.
It's a natural opiate blocker. It's natural Suboxone is what kratom is. That's what Suboxone was modeled after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About
And that's why they're trying to ban it, so that the pharmaceutical companies can have a monopoly on it. So they're trying to put all these restrictions and shit out. Now you do have to be careful with kratom. You do. You need to make sure that it's not an extract. You don't want kratom extracts and shit. You want the pure plant. Straight up plant material. You can put it in your coffee, take it in the pill, however you want to. Teaspoon's gonna feel like you took a fucking Percocet. That's too much for me. I can take one little capsule and it holds me good and keeps me from craving. So, okay, now the kava thing, I've never tripped from kava. I've tried to trip on kava because I heard that it can be extracted and have an effect much like MDMA, just like this comment here. But that's never happened for me. So what I do is I just use a little bit of the kava root, about as much as you would in a tea. And I mix it with some decarb canna with a little bit of alcohol and just let it soak. And then that's my antidepressant tincture. But I also put a little bit of kava in the sassafras because sassafras is a stimulant. It is very much like Adderall. It's like natural Adderall.
What's Adderall?
It's for ADHD. It will help improve your focus and just get your brain on track. Where you can actually function. And especially if autism, ADHD, it's great for things like people who struggle with that. But the kava, where it has anti-anxiety properties, that's why I put a few little sprinkles of the roots in my sassafras tincture, because if I do just straight sassafras, it'll give me a little bit of heart palpitation and a little anxiety and a little tension, much like Adderall or Vyvanse or one of the ADHD meds do.
No, see, I never ever get any of that. Never.
Trump said, I just said a whole herbalism tincture library. They said, clip that. She just said into 20 shorts. Facts. But y'all, I am packed with the knowledge of the ancients. I really am.
Share 'em, darling,
It just fucking channels right through me.
Yeah.
That's my gift. That's one of my gifts is healing and herbs
I
and
need to,
plants. And
I need to go
that's
to
our
my
answer.
and
That's how
roll
we're going
around.
to heal our society.
I need to go to your place and roll around your apothecary floor and just absorb it.
Yes, it's amazing. Listen, sometimes I just go in here and I
So-
just turn my little light on
Oh.
and I just sit. Got my little yoga mat on the floor and I just hang out with my plants.
Aww. That's
Because
your
they heal
happy
me.
place. Oh,
You
whatever.
know, like I'm not perfect. And my health is still very far from where I'd like it to be.
Yeah, but that's got a
But
lot to
the
do.
level of improvement from where I'm at right now compared to where I was at this time last year is astronomical. This time last year, I couldn't get out of bed. I was wearing literal diapers.
Really?
My husband was having to bathe me. He had to spoon feed me at times. I was on my deathbed this time last year.
Is that because of depression
And
or?
no, it's my disorders, my autoimmune, and my illnesses. I've got so many rare genetic disorders.
Yeah.
And the anemia, the fucking anemia is kicking my ass right now.
Yeah.
It's what's wrong with my throat. I'm not getting enough oxygen and blood to my organs and things. So I've got to address that. I got bruises all over me, big bruises, like on my belly, my legs. And I've not bumped into anything. I haven't fell. Nobody's hit me or nothing. It just appears. Even my breasts, both my breasts have big black spots on them right now from the anemia. And
Yeah. Have you heard of Durkheim's disease?
Sorgens?
Durkheim's.
No. What is that?
It's a connective tissue / adipose tissue disorder where the fat cells, because when you take prednisolone, it distributes your fat cells unevenly, so it deposits them on the back of your neck, on your stomach, around your face. Yeah,
In weird places.
you've got a disproportionate fat content. So where that happens, that can then trigger the fat cells to mutate, and they basically combine with connective tissue and become like this lump. And then your body, in its wisdom, it detects that that's not right, so it encapsulates it and puts a film around it, basically, and forms a skin around it, and so that then becomes a lipoma, and the lipoma just grows and grows and grows and grows.
Mm-hmm.
And there is nothing that you can do about it. It's not affected by diet, exercise, anything like that. But you will just constantly get these. They start off like a little pea,
Like little tumors.
Little bigger and bigger and bigger.
I wonder sometimes, like, that I have the systemic scleroderma, and that's kind of similar to that. It's a connective tissue disease, and it affects every organ and every system in my body. All my skin. Your skin is your biggest organ, and you think like a skin disease, oh, whatever. You think about psoriasis or whatever, but this goes deeper, and it affects my fascia, the cartilage between my joints. It affects the fascia around every organ, my lungs, my kidneys, my liver. Everything is surrounded by this connective tissue that is affected by this scleroderma. Now, the trademark of scleroderma is a overproduction of collagen. You know what the weirdest fucking symptom of that is? Hang on a minute. Let me show you how weird my fucking toes look. And I ain't even got toenail polish on. Let me come in here in the light so y'all can see what scleroderma does. It produces extra collagen. Like, I've got good skin. My wrinkles aren't bad. You know what I mean? My skin don't really look bad for 40, but my toenails will grow up into points and my limbs, my fingers twist. They'll like twist up into weird shapes. Sometimes part of my nail will go away and I'll only have a section of a fingernail because it's like just overproduction of the collagen and not enough blood flow to my extremities to keep them alive. Yeah.
Well, the reason that I say about the Durkheim's disease, I've got like 20 of those lipomas in my stomach. And so when I sit like this, it cuts off the circulation to my legs.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Understood.
I've
Yeah.
got 2 ulcers on my left leg that will not heal because I can only get.
Is
my
that the
pulse
places you were showing me? That when you showed me your legs,
Yeah.
those ulcers on your legs. Whenever I was at my worst and my sickest, I had big sores like that all over me. My arm, I would just be sitting there and look down at my arm. Like I'd just be sitting, hanging out, and look down, and my arm just split open and just bleed. Just start bleeding. Like, what the hell is that? Put a bandage on it. My hands, I get the slightest little nick or cut, and it flares up in the worst fucking infection ever. My hands will twist up and get all scleroderma. This is like the train. If you want to know what it feels like to have scleroderma during a flare up or whenever it's really bad, take you some saran wrap or tape. Tape your hands straight because these motherfuckers won't move. Like,
You try working. You try working a mouse
yeah,
with
look
that.
at your hand. Yeah,
That's arthritis.
yeah.
That's my arthritis. That's why I go. Fucking hands won't work. I can't. Sometimes they cramp up or they twitch, and I click the button and I touch something.
I used to cry my heart out. I would cry myself to sleep because my hands were so bad. They just kept telling me that it was because of Raynaud's or an effect because I used a needle for so long that I did so much damage to myself that I destroyed my hands, right? Is what they told me.
Yeah.
So when my hands stopped working, they started like doing the thing and like, acting crazy. I couldn't hold a pencil. I'm an artist. I'm a freaking artist.
Yep.
That's how I express myself. I draw, I paint, I create things, I mold clay, I build. I need my hands. So that was monumental for me whenever I lost use of my hands. It made me think about life in an entirely different way.
Yep.
I was stuck in the bed, hands don't work, can't even get myself up and go piss on the toilet without having my husband come and change my diaper.
Yep. What if you didn't have a husband?
What if I didn't have a husband, right, that loved me enough to fucking care about me like that? Right. I think about that. I'm so fucking grateful for this man. Like, he has.
That's why I'm fighting so hard.
I ain't easy. I ain't easy. Like, he's dedicated. That's for sure.
That's why I'm fighting so hard for this disability company, like to help me, because I don't have a husband. So if I have days, and I'll have a week where I'm on my back, cannot move, can't get out of bed.
Right. So what do you do?
Crawl to the toilet.
Who do you depend on?
Exactly.
Because when I got sick, everybody disappeared. Everybody fell off the map.
Yep. They run.
They went. Yep.
Yep.
So that was all I had left was him. Yeah.
That's why I
and
started.
he stood by me. He kept his vows on that in sickness and health.
That's why I started.
And we
channel.
still struggle with that every day. Like, that's probably one of our biggest obstacles is my health. My health is bad. I'm very sick right now.
I don't need a pill that makes them go into my butt. I've got plenty there. But I look like I'm pregnant. I look like I'm 9 months pregnant with these.
I don't have a butt at all. Like, all my shit. Yeah. No butt. No butt.
Where'd you go?
Here I am, sorry. My sister used to laugh because she had a big old booty. She had like a big booty, little waist, but she had no tits. And I have all this voluptuousness. And no butt whatsoever. And we always used to joke that if you just blended our bodies, we'd be the perfect fucking woman.
I was always tits and ass.
Yeah.
Always. Well, not a huge ass. And legs that would go all the way to make a cut out of themselves.
Yeah.
There is a photo. I had a photo here somewhere. It's like my.
I'm going to go for an iron infusion Monday. She don't know I'm coming yet, so I hope she's got one. It was a last minute decision. I hate going to the doctor. I hate going to the clinic. I hate it. Every fucking thing in my being screams, don't go there. But I need help. I need some iron, some blood, maybe blood transfusion might help me. But here's the thing with the blood transfusion. Because I have autoimmune hemolytic anemia.
No, she's gone.
Blood type. If they give me my own blood type with a transfusion, my body will reject 100% of the blood. So in order for me to get an actual blood transfusion, they have to give me somebody else's type, a different blood type.
Is that because of your rhesus factor?
So that I will accept at least 50% of it and not reject all 100%. Because of autoimmune hemolytic anemia. My immune system attacks it. It just like shoots antibodies at it until the red blood cells explode.
Mine are long and flat, but my my other autoimmune thing is the it's called mast cell activation syndrome. So basically, my body creates too much histamine. So because my body has been in a constant state of inflammation from the arthritis and all the rest of it, these mast cells have been on constant alert. So now they don't know what the fuck's triggering them. So they just go off nonstop, constantly just there producing. And so these are the cells that, you know, if you get bitten by a bee and you become allergic, you get that big swelling.
But the histamine reaction.
Yes. My body is constantly doing that, constantly. So I have to take
when you pointed that out to me, and I realized whenever I had these itchy flare-ups and like these hives that pop up on me, that I can take a Benadryl and it fixes it.
Did it?
Yeah, it did. I had taken pills, but every now and then, like sometimes you just gotta.
Well, you know how they say take one antihistamine a day, it lasts for 24 hours? I have to take 4 over the day. Otherwise, my face, my whole body just becomes
crazy.
Fluid. And I have to take 3 fluid tablets a day just to get rid of it, which is why I keep saying, gotta go to the bathroom, gotta go to the bathroom.
I drink nettle for that. Instead of taking fluid pills, I drink nettle. I make nettle tea, and that flushes me out.
You'll see me doing this. I'm actually clearing the fluid out of my neck and dragging it down.
Yes, moving that lymph fluid around.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to like one of those spas that does that and like does your whole body, your lymph system, drains your lymph system?
I've only just
you have those there?
Months. We have lymphatic drainage clinics and stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
I haven't, no, because I only got diagnosed.
You can do that stuff at home yourself, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've got
gosh. I bought myself a tuning fork.
Oh, yes.
They banned it back in the 50s from the hospitals. They banned it when the medical complex come in to poison everybody. So I figured if they banned it, there's probably something to it. So I ordered one.
Do you want to do see if there's people in chat want to ask your tuning forks a question while I have a wee?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Get rid of some fluid. I'll be back, y'all. Have you got your tuning forks?
It's out. No, I don't have it with me. I'll go get it in a minute.
Okay, I'll be back.
I ordered the 128 hertz one, and my husband let me try it on him, and I did his whole body and his whole back, and I was absolutely mind blown with how you can literally feel the energy shift, and like his body would change according to where I placed the tuning fork. It blew my mind. So I'm thrilled with it. And I think that there's a lot of good possibilities there. I thought we was going to get a big tornado a while ago. I was going to do my show from the porch tonight, and then looked out, and a big old storm was blowing in. So I packed everything up and come in the house, and it barely even rained. I could have stayed outside this whole time instead of staying in there miserably hot with the hot flashes. That's what I need help with. If anybody knows how to handle these damn hot flashes without taking hormones or pills, please tell me. I am struggling. I got some wild yam root. I have some things in there in the apothecary probably that would help me, but I'm not really sure. So, looking for suggestions. Let's check on Brandy. Where'd she go? I bet she fell asleep on us. I think she did. Oh, I don't know what I owed. Hang on a minute. This is where I seen this comment earlier. Brian, music by Brian. You had said, yep, I used to take 7-OH, but they banned it in my state. It was illegal to ban it the way that they did, actually. And that is a form of the kratom extract. And they've been trying to ban it here in Kentucky, too. I don't know if they've had success or not. But I do know that that's the kind of my point with every fucking thing here. It's illegal to ban all these things. All these plants, it tells us in the Bible that any plant that seeds was given to us. That's a human right. That's a human right. So it is not on our government to decide whether or not we can consume that product or not. You know what I mean? That bothers me. It goes all the way back to prohibition of fucking the moonshiners and shit. The whole Appalachian culture. That's the whole point. Don't be a fucking bootlicker. This government wants to do is enslave you and trap you. And we got roly polies out tonight, y'all. Can you believe it's this warm? It is beautiful. Get him in tune and keep him in tune, right? I feel like that's our greatest protection is keeping our frequency high. Like, I believe that with my whole heart, that's what keeps us safer than anything. Like, we've got great people around us that help keep us safe and stuff. We got God's divine protection, of course, but that wouldn't be possible without raising our frequency and keeping our energy high. What's this mean? I'm an EAT. What's that mean? I'm an EAT. EAT. I would love to go and see. I want to go do an ayahuasca ceremony for one thing. And then I also would like to maybe do ibogaine at some point. The ibogaine has the potential to heal addiction in like 87% of the time with first time use. One trip, one dose. You go for a couple of days and come back cured. It's possible, you know? Hell yeah. That's where I'm at this point. Like, no, y'all can't tell me what God said anymore. God tells me what God says. These are the things that heal us, you know? Like, the only reason they want to ban it is because they know it has benefit. Mm. Did you all see that in West Virginia they have approved psychedelics, psilocybin psychedelics, when or for medical use, for treatment for PTSD and addiction and trauma and all these things that cause addiction? West Virginia has approved it. So if y'all are in the region, it won't be long that you can just drive an hour and go get your treatment legally. And I'm looking forward to that getting closer whenever it becomes legal in Kentucky, as I know it will. It's going to have to. If we're going to heal, we're going to have to make it legal. I want to become a facilitator. I hear that a lot of people have good results from ketamine therapy.
Oh, yes. That's
Yeah.
what I've been waiting for.
I
But
mean, I'm telling y'all, psychedelics are the key. That's the answer.
I've got
That's
to
what's
try
going
them.
to heal our society. Plants. Plants and fungi.
A ketamine treatment over here is like $7,000-8,000.
Oh, you was telling me that it ain't as accessible there as it is here, is it?
No.
Like here, you can get your Medicaid to pay for it. You can go out and and be like, okay, I need an antidepressant ketamine treatment. Your Medicaid pays for it. You go in session inside the clinic for a few hours and come out done. So we're making progress.
Pain, but yeah, no. I'm going to try the mushrooms.
Trump said we just picked them out of cow patties growing up. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. How can you tell me? You cannot tell me that something that grows out of a pile of shit is illegal for me to eat. It's a fucking food. Leave me alone.
Yeah. I heard you talking before about the hot flushes from menopause. I have a solution for you.
Yes, that's what I need. I'm fucking dying. My poor husband's bed has been soaking wet for a month.
Temu. Okay?
Temu?
You buy them. Yes. Temu. All right. So these, I'm not sure what they're called on
What
there.
I just thought about when you said that. Remember when fucking Zelensky showed up at the White House and Trump looked at him in his outfit and said, "Where'd you get your outfit, Temu?"
Dipshit. No.
Oh yeah, I had to have a laugh.
This is it's made out of like felt with Velcro. Okay, so I'll show you what it does. It's actually, when you buy it on Temu, it's got these little sewn-in pouches at the back. Okay, and you put your ice pack in this pouch. They come with it. Okay, you put that in there, and one on the other side, just like so.
Shit,
right?
yeah.
And you can buy any type of these. This is a face one for me because it's designed to go under the chin and wrap around your head. Okay, like that, like a mumps. So you've got your ice packs like on your face. They're inside here. They're not directly on your skin, but you can get all sorts of these different wrappers that that will hold these ice packs. And I find if my neck is cool, my body temperature, because I can't maintain my body temperature either with the fibro. So if my neck is cool, that cools me down, or my temples. So I often just get this and wrap it around my head like a dickhead. And it's amazing. Just ice. Those gel ice packs, and put them in a sock if you have to, or a stocking, just so it's not off your not sitting right on your skin. And yeah, it works amazing. And there's these special towels that you can get too that you just wet with water. The other thing I did, I would wet face washes and put them in the freezer, fold them up so that they were just right for like putting on the forehead or neck, and freeze them, and then just grab them out when I got a hot flush. That was really handy. Well, here the AG banned it unilaterally. They didn't use legislature, but yeah, I'm convinced it's the pharmaceutical. Yeah, for sure. I don't know if you saw my other comment, but kratom is entirely illegal in Australia. Is it? Oh, of course. Chronic pain. And the one thing that will help me, the ketamine, is $8,000 fucking dollars. So Taya's told me what the microdose for the mushrooms are, and I'm trying to get myself some of those because it's the same dissociative qualities, not the LSD component, but it's to do with the pain pathways. So you can actually get mushrooms that don't give you that LSD effect, but they give your central nervous system that disassociation, which then resets your pain pathways, because chronic pain is about overstimulation of the pain pathways, pretty much, which is why ketamine works. It does the same thing. And I don't know where Miss Tyre's gone, but I'm going to have to get off here, my darling. I need to lay down on my back. Because sitting up here, oh, she's gone. Sitting up here is not working for me right now. I need to get horizontal. I can still research on my iPad, but I can't do it sitting up like this. I'm going to have to lay. I'm sorry. And it's a shame that we didn't get Nicole on here. I don't know what happened.
My phone died.
Hey?
Sorry.
What was that?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Nicole.
I don't know either. It's not like she didn't have any warning because
Just went dead, though.
the last 2 nights I've annoyed the shit out of her, got it wrong. So she knew it was tonight. I don't know. She's got some stories to tell too. It's just fuck. Fuck. She gave me a couple of names actually that that Tanya is looking up and doing research on for me, which is Amber Spradlin and is it Christy Smith in Pike County? Because Amber Spratlin's trial starts in May, I think, this year. So
yeah, it's coming up soon. Isn't it?
Do you know much about that?
Not a whole lot. I
No.
could probably dig in and find some stuff out, though. I know some people over in that area.
Yeah, yep. Because that'd be an interesting one to follow, apparently, because there's one other channel following it, but the two girls are connected somehow, I think. Apparently.
Oh, did you see all this shit that's going on in the county? Did you see all this shit going on in the county next door?
No. How would I see that? I'm in Melbourne.
Holy shit! There has been an accident. There was a like an ATV accident. There was a 16-year-old girl that got killed.
Oh, I didn't hear about an ATV accident.
There was another 16-year-old girl with her, and 2 adult men, one of which worked at the school and had been dating this girl since she was 14. They charged the other 16-year-old instead of the adult men.
I did hear that.
They charged the other little girl with her murder instead of the adult men that gave her the fucking liquor and that was out with her. Had her out driving a fucking ATV by herself drunk.
Yeah.
They charged the other little girl instead of her. I'm living. Living.
Did you hear there's a guy who is about to go on trial. I think he was running for sheriff, I think, and he caught his daughter in the car with her abuser, and
in Florida,
and he killed
the molester, and then ran for sheriff, and he's still being charged with the murder of his fucking pedophile that he killed. Yeah,
yeah. That in Florida, is it?
I hope he makes it. I hope he gets the vote. I think he will.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because he lured the daughter out again. The abuser.
Yeah, but what are they going to do about his charges? They going to fucking take it off him?
I don't know. It hasn't gone to trial or anything yet.
Should.
I just saw it.
They should.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, the system don't protect us.
If you found your daughter,
has failed us epically, time after time after time after time after time, generation after generation after generation. The system has failed us.
It's set up to you weren't even.
It's set up to fail us. It's set up to enslave us.
That's right. You would never.
I mean, ain't there laws about fucking enslaving indigenous people now? Do we not have fucking laws about that?
Yep.
Because back in the 1800s, my people were listed as free people of color. Free people of color. I ain't free. Never seen a day free in my fucking life.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
I digress.
You were never, the way that it's set up, with what I've found, there is no way you could ever do anything but fail.
No.
Because that's what they want. If you succeed, then you no longer generate an income for them.
I mean, but whenever you look at like the fact that, I mean, I am indigenous. How long have we been enslaved to this point that it's just okay to take our kids and fucking do whatever the fuck?
Since the coal mining finished.
It's been happening for fucking centuries.
Yep.
You know? And it ends now.
The wealthy people in Kentucky they dominate everything. They dominate property, they dominate businesses, they dominate everything. Gas, pharmacy, everything. So they needed to replace their wealth. They needed to keep their income going when the coal dried up. Enter Title IV schedule funding. Simple as that.
Yeah. But it's so much more than just the Title IV shit. Because it's our Medicaid. It's the way they got us locked in locked in since jail at a certain pharmacy. They don't even fill our full prescriptions. Whenever a doctor writes us a prescription, they write it under the amount because they're already using our Medicaid for something else. If they give us the full amount that the doctor writes, if the pharmacy fills the full amount, then that flags the Medicaid that somebody else under that name is getting a prescription.
So basically, if
That's
you write a
else we
prescription,
covered this weekend.
you're allowed,
That fucking scam out.
you're allowed up to 50 tablets, say, per month. So you write that script. But what's been happening, and no one's, well, Tyre and Brandyvan just noticed, they get their script that's written out for 60, but they're only prescribed 56. Now that those 4 tablets, they get pulled, yeah? Where do you think the opiates come from? They just get pulled into a central thing and held because they're already accounted for. So they will get distributed later because only one person owns all the pharmacies in Whitesburg, in Electric County.
And we're not allowed to switch pharmacies.
And they own the rights to the jail medications as well. So unfortunately, as you said, Bill Trump said, the wealthy dominate the world, but it's particularly in Kentucky because of the small community and the actual extent of the division. Like, this is so huge that they have financially crippled them. They have enslaved them. They have trafficked them. They have, you name it. They just have a dollar sign on their head. They want them to take drugs because they're more compliant when they're on drugs, yeah? And they can use that then as a weapon.
Not only are we more compliant on drugs, they go so much deeper than that. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yep. And then they can perform, do what you want.
I'm glad you brought that up because it's so much deeper than that. Okay.
Yep.
Whenever you're not just compliant when you're an addict, you are a source of income for many people. You are a source of income for the judicial system. You are a source of income for the probation system. You are a source of income for the CPS system. You are a source of income for the rehab system.
Yep. Drug court.
You are being placed into a system of prison for profit and programming for profit for addictions that they created on purpose. That's what people can't understand. They want addicts to look at themselves and say, yeah, I'm just a fuck up. Yeah, I'm just bad. Yeah, there's just something fucking fundamentally wrong with me. No, there ain't. No, there ain't. No. I promise you, there's nothing fundamentally wrong with you. You have trauma that needs to be addressed. You have pain that needs to be relieved. When you address the root cause, the problems, the symptoms go away. Addiction is a symptom. Addiction is not a disease. It is a symptom.
And then they do things like the newspaper article.
You can free yourself. Yeah.
They do everything they can to discredit you. So, oh, you're just a crack whore.
And then they use that against you. Like, oh my God, well, she used drugs, so we can't believe nothing she says. Bullshit. 100%. Bullshit.
And it starts from...
Give us the bullshit. Where's Liz? Fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, 6 from Paradise Pizza.
I got it. Hang on. Where is it?
I ain't a lawyer. I don't. Bullshit. Bullshit.
22-year-old mama's boy. Well, your mama's not here to take care of you now, boy.
Today's live stream is proudly brought to you by Piss Pads for all of life's unexpected milestones.
Glad I got a minty coochie.
Did you see the cheek?
I found minty pads, y'all.
I fucking love it.
They're wonderful. but I mean, you see what I'm saying? Like, they have taken a vulnerability. They have taken the symptom of trauma that has, by and at large, been inflicted by the very systems that are claiming to be your saviors.
I was asking myself this the other day.
How many people have been traumatized by this system and been told, oh, well, you're just fucking broken and there's no fixing you unless you go into our system and do our programs and sign over all your rights? Give us your children. Give us your rights. Give us the access to your phone, to your home, to your voting. Let's strip all that away from you because of something you chose to consume.
It's not even that.
You can do that whenever I fucking eat a cucumber. Like, when's that coming? Because that's what's next on the list, it feels like. That's where we're headed. You know what I mean?
The education department at school, right? So they were getting government funding for each student in school, yeah? But then they were finding that a lot of the kids weren't turning up, so they had a heap of truancy. So what did they do? They started arresting the truants, didn't they? And what happens when you get arrested? You're in the fucking system.
You're in the system. You're in juvie. You're in drug court. You're pissing in the cup in front of grown adults.
Then you have a rehab program, which has Title IV funding. Yeah. Yeah. And it's court ordered by the very people that want you to fail.
That are going to collect the payday.
It's enforced for the very people that have their hands out for. Correct. Yes, correct.
It's created, enforced. We are slaves. I don't know how y'all don't realize that.
Yeah.
I cannot understand. I can't comprehend it.
You're trafficked.
How y'all can't get your heads around the fact that we're trafficked slaves.
Uh-huh.
We are.
Yep.
And I ain't. Not no more. Fuck them. I'm not this anymore.
If you become a liability to threaten them or to risk exposure, you end up like Jen Hill.
You're dead. Done. Silenced. Shut up. Discredited. She's on drugs.
Did you know they tried to run Sabrina off the road?
Criminal record. Yep, bet I do got a criminal record, motherfucker, because y'all fucking made sure I did. You made fucking sure I did.
A week
I ain't
before
no
the trial.
goddamn criminal. I ain't never been no goddamn criminal. I don't hurt people. I don't have victims. I don't go out and victimize people and harm people. Y'all do that, not me.
Ty, did you know a week before the trial they tried to run Sabrina off the road?
Yes, I did. They also threatened to burn her house down.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Told her she never lived to spend the money.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And he got off the stop. None of that gets to go to court. None of that gets to be heard.
Right. Hopefully she'll come out with a book or something.
Yeah, I'm writing it. I'm writing it. Do you hear me?
Huh?
Well, I'm writing it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, she gave me permission a couple of days ago.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Yep.
It's going to be a fun ride.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know if she's, I don't know what she can say at the moment because I know she's in negotiations with Fox, but
excuse me.
I want to get hold of her discovery. I don't even know if she's got that. Would her attorney have all that? She's allowed to have it though, isn't she?
Yeah, she should be able to, but like, listen, I tried to access mine and they said it was all redacted, that I couldn't see it. So who knows?
I wonder if Lee can get up.
We might be able to. I was hoping Lee would be able to access some of the things on my record that I can't. The things that they turned me down for. Listen, they wouldn't even give me my own CPS records.
Yeah.
They sent me the same form 4 separate times and said, you got to fill this out fully. I filled it out fully every single time. I said, it's not hard. If my or my children's name is on it, give it to me. Mm-hmm. Why do you need me to fill out the same form multiple times? So I did it anyway. I did it 4 separate times, and I got all the emails to show that I did it every single time, and I did it perfectly. And she still denied it.
He's getting stonewalled on them. Not
they don't want me to see it because they know they fucking been doing the wrong. They know they've been doing us wrong. That's why I don't even think half these records even fucking exist. For real. I mean, they tell me that a lot of my records was lost to the flood now. But you know what their excuse was a few years ago? That there was a sprinkler leak and it flooded the whole upstairs of the courthouse and destroyed a bunch of records. So my records don't exist anymore. That's what they told me 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
That's all bullshit.
I don't know. All right. We're coming out to the she shed for a minute. About to have a heat stroke, Jody.
Get some ice packs, though. Can't remember what I was going to say, but
Get my rocking chair for a minute.
Lee's getting stonewalled on the. You have to be a Kentucky citizen to get the file, so he's happy to do it and pay for it, but yeah, they keep sending him back because he's not a resident, even though he can get it under the media clause. But
right, like it. I didn't think that mattered being a resident. Like if you're.
No, that's how they kept the lid on it. Is keeping it contained.
Excuse. Yeah, just an excuse to just a wrench to throw in his system in his plan.
That's how they contain it, and that's how they maintain an eye on it, basically.
Yep.
Yeah. And if you are a citizen, then they've got your address, and they know what you're looking for. Yeah. So they're onto you.
Yep. And then they know they're all over you.
Yep.
That's true. I sent you that show you the other day when my wife has been monitored, didn't I? Again, it's been with them. That's been happening for a very long time.
Yeah.
But like I say, like I know I'm good. I don't do nothing that's fucking illegal or that shouldn't be. You know what I mean? I ain't got nothing to worry about. So I'm glad that they're watching. Hopefully they'll catch these motherfuckers being shady and fucking dirty and trying to set us all up and do this shit. That's what I'm hoping for, that they'll see them in live action. I was like, go ahead, come at me with something fucking crazy. I'll fucking live stream it.
You've got CCTV cameras, haven't you?
Yeah, we got cameras every fucking one.
Good.
I don't know where. There it is. Found it. I was on the wrong porch. Couldn't remember where I was at. It's so hot in this house, y'all. I can't take it. I'll be sleeping on the porch tonight. All right, there we go.
Do you want to? I'm gonna have to lay down, my darling. But
okay, love. We can call it in. We've been going for a while now, ain't we?
3 hours, yeah. I mean, you're welcome to sit here and chat if you want to.
I'm good. I can barely force it out. It's hard to force sound to come out.
I'll do
some energy to push it.
Yeah.
What does anybody know? Anybody else feel like the air is thinner? Or is it just this anemia? Is it just me? Or does anybody else like having shortness of breath? And
that could be part of your anemia as well.
It could be. Brandy's been feeling like that a lot too, though. Heavy. Like gravity's too heavy.
Yeah.
Gravity's weird. Time is weird. Time is moving fucking weirdly.
Yeah. My whole body feels heavy right now.
Have you read the book of Enoch?
No.
It talks about this. It talks about the way that the days will move differently in the end times and how gravity and everything will feel different, and that the days will move faster on some days and slower on some days, and that the moon and sun is going to appear in the wrong places, but it's all like divinely ordained. And that's the part that they removed from the Bible, probably the most important fucking book of the Bible. They took it out. So if anybody hasn't read that yet, let me get that link for you real quick. Let's share that. If you ain't seen this yet, anybody that's a Candace Owens fan.
Have you reached out to her yet?
No, not yet. Ingersoll Lockwood. Y'all need to look up Ingersoll Lockwood. This is a fucking amazing rabbit hole to go down. And it deals with time travel, President Trump, Baron Trump. Here's the link. Y'all go check this website out. It's fucking amazing. If you want to access the book of Enoch, it's in there too. You can look at it. All these books that was written back in the 1800s about President Trump being the last president and little Baron Trump. Look into it. Y'all want a rabbit hole, a fun one that's not going to fucking stress you out too bad. No, me out a little bit too. But this is a fun one that's like, it gives you a little bit of hope, the kind of conspiracy that don't drain you and make you feel like there's no hope for the world. If you want a conspiracy that's going to give you a little hope for the future, go down the Ingersoll Lockwood rabbit hole. And I'll end with that.
All right, my lovely.
I love you. Thank you so much. And thank you so much to everybody in the comments and to Trump and Brian and Teresia and just everybody. Well, I'm not saying all the names, but I love you all and we appreciate you greatly.
We love you.
I love you. Here, let me put up our
last old sister from another mister.
Oh, did you share that fundraiser from earlier? I told my friend that I would share that.
What fundraiser?
Okay, I've got a friend that's in a little trouble. Well, a friend who's got an acquaintance or a family member that has set up a GoFundMe.
Oh.
Because they are struggling and they're working and everything. It's not because they don't have a job or that they're just not, you know what I mean? Like it's not that kind of situation. They just need help. They just need some help. So hang on a minute. I'm getting ready to share it again. Let me pop it over to you. There's a Facebook page and a GoFundMe link. Let me see. Copy.
And you put it in battle.
Go down a little bit. Hold on a minute. Copy link. Here I come. Back to comments. And drop it in the comments. There we go. That is, if y'all want, feeling a little generous, if you've got $1 or $2 to throw it our way. Yeah, any amount helps. So,
is that a Facebook link?
It should be the link for the GoFundMe. It should be a GoFundMe link, is it not? No. Hang on a minute. Let me try again from the actual website. It's to help her get her car back on the road.
Oh, and do you want to share your one too? Because you guys need some. You guys desperately need some IT stuff. Like you can't stream on a phone, not and get the proper message out. So, where's your QR code? While I'm looking up this photo.
Hang on. Here's her GoFundMe. Got it. I think I got the right one this time. There we go. Yeah, that's the right one. Now, I have no idea where ours is. Let me see.
Where did I say?
Like I said, we don't need a new computer. We just need to fix the ones that we have. I just need parts. That's all I need.
But if it's a laptop, don't bother because
I got a laptop and a desktop. I need a Wi-Fi card for. If anybody's got a Wi-Fi card, they'll get it all done. Send it to me.
When you get onto the laptop, have a look into.
Is it HP? And it just needs to be like
No. I used to have for HP, and the laptops they don't have the CPU strength.
It don't have the strength that I'm looking for. That's what I'm saying. My desktop is my key.
Yeah.
If I can get that Wi-Fi card fixed, then we're good to go.
Desktop.
So I need a whole computer. I've got a good monitor. I've got a good computer. I just need a Wi-Fi card. So that's all I need. Here's that's not the right one. That's a mine and Brandy's. That's not the one that you made.
The one that the GoFundMe one is there it is.
I don't know.
It's on the media assets.
Oh, I was in there. Yep. Well, yeah, then that's the one that's up.
There it is.
Okay, that's it. That's the one then. One up there. I had it right after all. Look at this. Listen, everybody's been telling us how much we look alike. And everybody said, like, every time we put our pictures into AI to be like, come up with a thumbnail or something, it shows us looking almost like the same fucking person. So me and her was talking about it earlier. And she said, wait a minute, let me get my teeth.
I took that this morning.
Look at us.
Oh, sorry, this evening, your time, yeah.
I said, please go ask her biological mother. Did she know my father? I think they might have been having a fling. I really believe it. Look at us. We look just alike. How is that so? That's crazy.
Yeah. The nose shape and everything.
Everything. The shape of her mouth. And like, listen, I am blood kin to her kids. Like her baby's father side is my family. We're cousins. So we share a lot of the genes, like my Choctaw genes. That's her kids are all Choctaw. But look at her. And she was adopted.
Yeah.
Where the fuck she come from? Did my mother give birth to her?
Even the levels and the dimensions of the face, like where
I
the eyes
know.
are
It's
situated,
wild, ain't it? The
Yeah.
spacing of the eyebrows, every fucking thing.
the height of the forehead.
The way her eyes squint when we, yeah. Yeah, the height of the forehead is it's crazy.
Have you got a cleft in your chin? You got
A what?
a dimple in your chin? Is that what I can see there?
No, but I got like a little round chin. I think there's a blemish on it. There's not a dimple there. It's just a blemish.
Ah, okay.
The Bichettes. I have Bichettes. So I've got this spot here at healing. Got one on my neck. And I had one starting to come up here, but I think I got it in check. So we're doing better. Doing better. In the British Library. Ooh, I'd like to look at that. The British Library. I bet there's all kinds of good healing stuff in there.
Sounds like you need to hook up with real Trumps then and go through the
I
archives.
know, right? Let's go see us a witch doctor together, real Trump.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. Listen, right there in my family cemetery, right beside my mommy's grave, there is a headstone that says the old witch doctor.
Oh.
It's really cool. He was a surgeon witch doctor.
Well, there you go.
In my family cemetery. So I think that, yeah, maybe I got some of his genes. Definitely got some witch doctor genes.
Well, I'm going to do me some research and hopefully I'll do another stream tomorrow.
Right. We'll try to get on tomorrow. I'm going to try to do kind of early tomorrow. I'd like to try to do brunch with the girls soon if we can.
Yeah.
I just think going by my health. When I feel like it, then I'm on. And if I'm just down, I just can't. So,
Tan, you go back and watch not from the start, for about half an hour in.
Yeah.
All right. Love you all. Thanks for being here. If you can't be good, be good at it.
Be good at it.
Be good to your mother. And she loves you.
Yeah.
And hasta la vista, bitches. Bye.
Whispers in the shadowed halls, the judge's gavel, justice stalls. Hands that should protect, they take, turn lives to ash, left hearts to break.
But in the silence, voices rise.